the foremost authority on outdoor urination, Tom Griswold. Have you taken care of it today yet outside?
No, but my last one last night was an outdoors one.
You're a menace. You're an absolute menace.
Walking the dogs.
You're going to have
Got the urge.
a petition. You wait and see. Have you seen this man? Hi, welcome to the Bob and Tom Show. I'm not saying anything to you because every time I talk to you without your headphones, no one can hear you.
That's true.
There. See, now because you have your headphones on. Here's what I get. Good morning. Good morning, Christy.
Hi, how are you?
You don't have your headphones on. That's what happens. I have to wait.
Hi, chick.
And I don't know why. I don't know why you're such a diva all of a sudden. But you may. It can't be just me.
What did I do?
How many days in a row is this that she elegantly walks into the room as the music is playing? How many days in a row is that?
That's entrance music.
I'm sitting here.
That's because
I'm here. If an idiot like me could get it together to be in this chair.
That's because you're in here bitching about Derek Carr getting a lot of money, and Christy's in there doing show prep.
Yeah.
I'll explain how show prep works.
What,
You
is
proofread.
Derek Carr in sports, you dickless wonder? Is that right? Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, Willie. No, I mean... Okay, we got to start over. Who's got the music? Who's got the intro music? Start the music.
I don't know.
Start the music over. This is
I don't have the intro music. Hi, Christy. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you, Tom?
I'm very good. Did you get your bangs cut?
No, last week.
They look good.
Man always notices, doesn't
Did you
Doesn't
introduce
he?
everybody?
Here we go.
Thank you.
Perfect. Well done again, Ace. There's Christy.
Oh, hi, chick.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hey, chick.
Josh Arnold has syphilis, and
It's gonorrhea.
J.O. joins us. He doesn't like that either. I gave him the nickname J.O. He doesn't like it.
I love it.
Jeff
J.O.
Oskey is there. J.O. What'd you say? I thought you said J.M.
No. Good morning, Jeffrey. How are you, sir?
I'm wonderful.
Look at the shirt he's wearing.
Nice shirt.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Is it one of mine?
Is that a Tom shirt?
No, actually, this is one of mine. It's not a Tom shirt because there's no pockets.
That's right.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a
Which, whoever designed this shirt, boo. I didn't realize it didn't have pockets till I went and put my phone in it and it just fell to the floor.
Look,
I don't know. Who are these people that design these shirts with no pockets?
No.
Who are they? Do they not have a life?
Exactly.
They don't have a phone. They don't need pencils. What's happening to the pens? Anything?
Do you ever put anything in your front pockets, chick?
No, huh?
Yeah.
No.
I don't want to
I
hide
don't
those.
know.
He doesn't want to hide those gorgeous nipples. He likes them bleeding through.
Yes, I have nipples the size of a pencil eraser, so we all know
Yes,
it. Yeah.
They're very nice.
Thank you, Jeff.
The ladies love them.
There's Ace Cosby.
Wow.
And of course,
I didn't think it would go that way, but okay.
there's Willie Griswold.
Love it. 5-minute intro. How fun.
I'm Chick. Because times are changing, Willie. It's hammer time. We all know it. God, what else could go wrong? Hi, Tom. Go ahead.
Good morning. How are you? It's good to be here. Josh should be back tomorrow. He's been a little under the weather.
I'll hold my breath.
And thank you. I just got this text from Josh, actually.
Oh, good.
Did you?
Yes,
Yeah.
let's get that right
What does he say? What does he want to hear from us?
He said,
Shut up!
Okay, thank you, Josh. Mr.
back to
Oskey
bed,
sitting
Josh.
in, Jeff Oskey from our staff, typically here for a little feature called News We Failed to Mention. I'm not sure if we failed to mention anything this week. We probably have.
Yeah, tons of it.
Only the second day.
I know, but we still fail to mention many things.
Is it only Tuesday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy curse word, curse word.
Yesterday, I thought it was Wednesday. I was certain it was Wednesday. And I was going, I got to take my trash out this night because it's Wednesday tonight and only 2 more days of work. What a great Wednesday it is.
Yeah.
It's Monday.
I always like to have my trash out first in the neighborhood. I keep track. And I always like to bring it in first in the neighborhood. That's the way
You're
I roll.
that guy?
I'm that guy. Yeah.
You take it out the night before, that guy?
I take it out the afternoon before. I'm out.
Oh, so your garbage can sitting out there for the neighbors to see for
That's right.
20 hours.
Are you the recycle guy? So I know if you put your recycle can out, I know it's a recycle week.
I put my recycle notation in my phone, and it reminds me
Do
it's
you?
recycle day. Yes.
That's a good idea.
I put my recycle stuff in my garbage cans.
What are you doing?
He puts it in his garbage can. He doesn't recycle.
It all goes to the same spot.
Yeah.
That's not true.
They
Oh,
can't-
yeah.
And I don't want to know if it is.
They can't
They don't tell because you can't put certain trash in the recycling, but you can put all the recycling in the trash.
Exactly.
They don't tell you that.
I put my recycling out on the wrong weeks many times. I learned my lesson.
I have too.
It's embarrassing.
It is
Tom.
embarrassing.
You ever do it and it rains? You got rain all over the cardboard.
You know why I don't do that? Because I put my recycling
And you're
in the trash. Yep.
And then you wonder if somebody saw you put your can out and then they put theirs out because then you notice there's like spattering.
Here you go.
of-
I got a dilemma
feel
for
bad.
you. So it's dark.
Yeah.
And you're breaking into your
garbage
neighbor.
days Monday
Oh, sorry.
morning where I'm currently staying.
Yeah.
Walking the dogs, carrying 2 large bags of dog poop that you've scooped up as
Put
they
it in
go.
somebody else's garbage.
Is
did
it
you?
cool to lift up their garbage can and put it in there?
I would.
I'm going to say no. You shouldn't do it.
I would.
No.
I do that. I also, if I find litter in someone's yard, if there's like a Powerade bottle someone threw at the window, I'll pick that up and I'll throw it in someone else's trash can
I will too.
By the way, is there anything that smells worse than your puppy had a problem indoors and you clean it up and put it in the trash and then, I don't know, 5 days later you put the trash out? It's like,
You don't put it in the trash
holy
inside.
where the hell do you put
You
it?
flush it down the toilet.
No, not this. This
With
was
the paper
like
plates?
This was like runny.
No.
This was
All right,
like
all right,
runny and it looked like melted
okay,
deep
our
chocolate
people are
ice
eating.
cream.
Could we-
No,
Yes.
what I mean.
All right, now I've.
You ever watch the cooking
We're
shows?
moving
They're
on.
making the ice cream before the mold.
Dear chick, you incredible dick. What the hell is this?
Is my mom writing again from heaven?
I have had raspberry beret as an earworm all day. Thanks a lot, jackass. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4.
No. Yesterday we were doing songs with a count off.
Yes.
So we played songs from a variety of. Are they done over there dancing?
Oh, can we get to the Mr. McGee part so I can yell at I should yell at Prince?
Great. Here we go.
Get your ass up and go over there. Go.
Okay.
Come on,
Mr.
Prince.
McGee.
Take that
What are you
purple
trying to do,
outfit
make
off.
king? Let's go, Prince.
Okay.
I have some big kind of rock and roll news, if you will.
Do we have a drum roll?
It's not that big.
Okay.
But for those of us who grew up with a show called Midnight Special, did you see Burt Sugarman, first of all, still alive, which
The Midnight
kind of surprised
Special.
me. Secondly, he has started the Midnight Special YouTube channel. So all the shows are up on YouTube now. So
Oh,
you get to
cool.
see classic vintage up, like Kiss, Aretha Franklin, George Carlin, Richard Pryor. I mean, stuff we grew up on.
Little
so that'd
feet.
be kind of
I think
cool.
there's a little feet up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Steely Dan. Oh, that'll be cool.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, say it again. It's a YouTube channel?
Yep.
And what's it called? Just
Midnight Special. Yeah.
Of course, the Midnight Special. Mr. Oscar, you're familiar with the Midnight Special? at all?
boy.
No.
You know it's coming.
Oh, yeah. It was hosted by.
Hello there.
Oh, okay. Wolfman Jack.
The
Wolfman
Wolfman
Jack.
Wolfman sounds good this morning.
Wolfman.
I'm going to hit you hard with some linen.
Hello there.
Skinner!
Oh, the Wolfman Howl.
That is good. I enjoy that.
Mr. Wolfman.
He cheated on the hit points because if you get close to it, then you howl.
That's what I was going to say.
Blah, 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 blah.
You can cut that off right when
Even if you ended a little early,
Right.
This
you
one,
can use that ooh, as a bookend.
is this Saturday Night Special?
Yeah.
Give me back my bullets.
Come on, creeping.
Like a black cat do. Yeah, this has got a bunch of.
That's Ed King. Okay, let's take a moment.
The guitarist.
Quiet for Ed King.
Sadly, the last original member of Leonard Skinner died over the weekend, Gary Rossington. Ed King wrote the lick for Sweet Home Alabama, also. One of the early.
He was kind of the outsider.
Oh, that's
He was
recognizable.
He was from Pismo Beach or something.
Oh, that's a nice place.
Ed King, he was from somewhere in California. He was
Really?
kind of the out, yeah.
Oh.
Pismo Beach, made famous by
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny.
That's right. You got Albuquerque.
Yeah.
He liked Albuquerque. He liked
Pismo Beach.
He liked.
Yeah. Let's see now. What were we? I've completely lost track.
Here we are, Pismo Beach, and all the clams we can eat.
We'll get to this and many other things. We do have interesting things coming up in sports, perhaps. We have a lot of interesting stuff in the news, and including Incidentally, a couple stories about kitty cats. For those of you that are big cat fans,
What are those guys up to? They sneaking around again?
we got a kind of a cat, like a Lassie story, except it's a cat, and a really cool police chase. Just
Also
With a
cats?
cat?
no.
No, a different story.
It's over in a minute.
A really cool police chase with involving a very large vehicle that's doing something as it's going. It's really unusual. I'm very excited.
Is it
about
a concrete mixer?
Could be. And then do you have the? Is it pronounced Toblerone?
Yes, I have the Toblerone story.
I think everyone says Toblerone. I don't know how it's pronounced.
The delicious chocolate.
It's
Yeah.
probably Toblerone.
Big news from the Toblerone people.
Big
Is that right?
Okay, and then we opened up with Billy Jonas in a song called "Pissin' Outside."
A fat guy has to own that company, right? Toblerone.
Why?
Have you seen the size of that candy bar? It's like a foot long.
I would say a fat guy doesn't because you can split them so easily and share them with your friends.
Well, yeah, you don't eat the whole thing at once. You one little
Wait,
thing at a time.
what the hell are you
Wait a minute.
talking about?
Unless you're alone.
Yeah.
No, you eat just one little chunk at a time.
Right. After the whore leaves, you grab the Toblerone. That was all right.
That's a nice Tuesday.
Built up an
I could catch
appetite.
the monologue on Saturday Night Live.
Let me wrap my lips around that.
That was a little bit of all
Okay.
right.
We have we have indoor urination in the news.
And more people who hate me on emails. I'll be excited.
Right now, I want to do a quick quiz. Chick McGee, your sleep number setting is what?
100. I like a firm mattress, Tom.
That is a
You know
firm
that.
mattress. The opposing point of view will be held by Christy Lee. Your sleep number setting
I
is?
like mine a little bit softer. I go with a 40.
A little
But,
bit softer now.
The beauty of the sleep number bed is that you can change the setting of the firmness on either side of the bed at the touch of a button. So you could be 40 over there and 100 over here. Everybody's happy, and you can change it. That's the beauty of this. It's like buying 40 mattresses at the same time. 8 out of 10 couples prefer a different mattress firmness. So don't be the guy taking your girlfriend to the bed store, lying down in the middle of this big room with some bad breath sales guy going, how's that one? And you're pressured into buying a mattress you hate. No, the sleep number bed you get when you get home, you adjust it. It's perfect. Plus, they have special beds that do lots of cool things like temperature control. They've got beds you can raise and lower the head, et cetera, et cetera. Find the details at your Sleep Number store. Choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number. It'll make your life better. Because to do your best every day, you've got to have a great night of sleep. And here's the cool part. Sleep Number's lowest price ever. You can save $1,200 right now on the Sleep Number 360 i10 smart bed. Special financing is available for a limited time. Also, it's subject to credit approval. See Sleep Number for all the details, and by which I mean sleepnumber.com/BT show. You'll find your Sleep Number store there by going to sleepnumber.com/BT show. Now, it's time for you to wake up. We're going to come right back with some cool stuff in the news. And in sports, you've got...
NFL rumors, Derek Carr is a saint, and all sorts of things.
And a really interesting study about elephants. Did you see this? Elephants, they joke about an elephant never forgetting. Well, they have evidence that it's true. We'll come up with that later. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Kostaki Economopoulos, and you are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Thanks so much for joining us here on the Bob and Tom Show. My name is Mark Allison. It's Tuesday, March 7th on the way. A couple of great comedians joining us later this morning. Comedian Dan Cummins is going to be with us on Zoom. Burn It All Down tour, Friday, March 10th at Flag Star Strand Theater in Pontiac, Michigan. Saturday, March 11th, the Old National Center in Indianapolis, Indiana. Then Saturday, March 25th at the Fillmore in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And then in April, Dan Cummins going to be in Ohio. Cleveland, Ohio, the Agora Theater on Friday, April 7th, and Saturday, April 8th, the Joe Ann Davidson Theater in Columbus, Ohio. Comedian Dan Cummins on the way in on a Tuesday, and also our ventriloquist friend, Jeff Dunham. You heard me, ventriloquist. JeffDunham.com. Still not canceled. Tour dates available, again, at JeffDunham.com. And he and perhaps maybe one of his puppets, last time we brought out Walter, could be joining us via Zoom later this morning in the 9 o'clock hour Eastern Time, right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with a look at things you may have missed on this Tuesday morning. Oklahoma voters are going to the polls to decide whether to make the state one of the most conservative to approve recreational marijuana. State Question 820, which is the only issue on the ballot Tuesday, would legalize marijuana for those over the age of 21. Oklahoma voters approved medical marijuana in 2018, and the state has one of the most robust programs in the country. Meanwhile, if measures of the U.S. economy keep coming in hot, as they did in January, the Federal Reserve will likely have to raise interest rates even higher than it has already signaled and keep them there longer. Chair Jerome Powell will likely warn in testimony to Congress Tuesday. Powell's first appearance before Congress in 9 months coincides with growing signs the economy remains resilient and inflation still stubbornly high. In the past year, the Fed has raised its benchmark interest rate at the fastest pace in 4 decades to fight the high inflation to about 4.6%, the highest level in 15 years. But consumer spending, hiring, and growth have yet to cool. And that's a look at things you may have missed on this Tuesday. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian John Campanera.
Vin Scully is funny because he's one of these announcers that loves to read lips. Wait a minute, here comes Tracy out of the dugout. He's in the umpire's face. It appears he wants to take the ump to Fuddruckers after the game. You know what makes me laugh is Skip Carey, Harry's son. He does the Atlanta Brave games.
Sure.
I listen to this guy when I can't sleep.
Chipper Jones takes one on the outside. 3-1 on Chipper Jones. Don't forget all week long, we got the best of the Duke right here on TBS. John Wayne right here on TBS. There's a long fly ball. Looks like that's out of here.
I love that.
And you know, Harry's going, I can't believe that's my son. You know, Harry would get excited over the dumbest stuff. Hey! Check out the kid in the sombrero.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
For good or ill, the game of baseball needs to evolve to survive. The pitch clock seems to be a good start. Oversized bases were also added this season to encourage more base stealing. Now, next season, all bases will be replaced by bouncy houses so runners can get a jumping start.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedy via your computer. Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Oh, he was so sweet. It was our first date, and he went all out. He bought me dinner, he got me drunk, and then I got bald.
Oh, did you ever? It was perfect. Britney Spears recently shocked the world with her latest fashion statement. A completely shaved head. Now, to commemorate Britney's new look, Bob and Tom Labs is proud to introduce their new perfume, Bald.
B-A-L-D. Bald.
A fragrance for today's unraveling woman. She's kooky, she's crazy, and she's getting bald.
Tomorrow's my girlfriend's birthday, and she'll definitely be getting bald.
What woman wouldn't love to get bald?
My wife and I are celebrating our 30th anniversary soon. I thought she'd be thrilled when I told her she was gonna get bald, but she just rolled over and went back to sleep.
Okay, almost everybody wants to get bald. Be sure to get some today. Just look for the slick box, and you'll know you're getting bald.
B-A-L-D. Bald.
Hi, this is Bobcat Goldthwait, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend, it's just a woman on a bus. That's how you know you're too high.
You don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's
cow.
a good day's work, everybody.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Oh, you started that.
Welcome back, friends, to the show that never ends. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Hello, Christy.
Hi, chick.
Hello, Pat Godwin.
Hello, chick.
Hello, Pat Godwin. I
love it.
All right. There's Jeff Oskey.
Howdy.
Jeffy's in for Joshy, who's Trapped under a prostitute. There's Ace Cosby. Wow. There's Willie Griswold.
Wishing him and Big Bertha the best.
Yep. I'm Chick. Is there any hot Berthas out there? I'm Chick, and here's Tom. Hello, buddy.
It's one of my favorite Grateful Dead songs.
Good-looking Bertha?
Bertha, don't you come around here no more.
Oh, yeah, that's a toe tap.
Yeah. Oh, it's great.
Yeah, boy.
That was number one
That gets stuck in your head.
Day.
I've never heard
Well, there are many fans.
Don't
I'm
you
sure
like Bertha Butt?
What now?
Bertha Butt.
Bertha
Boogie,
Butt.
The Jimmy Castor bunch.
yeah.
Oh, God. That's...
She had a big old butt.
Yeah.
We'll dig that one up because...
I don't know that one.
Now, before we move on here, Ace, how's it going with the pizza?
Very good.
Okay, good.
Went to a place that you had a hand in naming, if I remember correctly.
Oh,
Puccini's?
Puccini's?
Yeah.
Puccini's
I had
new
pizza
teeth?
in your honor yesterday at lunch. I sent you a photo.
Did you finish that slice?
You know what?
I actually had 2 slices. I just waited till the first one was gone.
You know
before I took
what?
a picture.
I had pizza yesterday, and I didn't even realize it was because of this stupid show. And
Once
all
again-
of a sudden, it popped. Pizza sounds good.
Ace is eating nothing but pizza this month. And breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What's your breakfast pizza today?
I've got a lean cuisine, spinach and mushroom.
Okay, sounds good. That sounds good. Now,
Nothing
couple
says
things.
breakfast like spinach and mushroom.
Christy was pointing out the fact that the old midnight specials
Yep.
are all going to be on a YouTube channel.
Called the Midnight Special YouTube channel. Yeah.
Some of the greatest bands in history will be thus available again for you to see. That was hosted by Wolfman Jack.
Yes, it was.
And I just want to play a little bit of audio. This is the Wolfman. Here we go.
We got him on the phone. Talk to Wolfman on the phone. Wolfman!
Hello there.
Hey, good morning.
It's the Bob and Tom Show.
It's the Wolfman Show.
Oh, man, it's great to be with you guys. You're the greatest.
Thank you.
Well, how am I coming? Is I sounding all right on the telephone here?
Sound great.
You sound- right, well-
you sound great. You sound just like Wolfman Jack.
That's because he is.
Yeah.
You know, Wolfman, we were saying earlier that whenever like certain famous people they get like they're noted for something. What do people do when they see you that is like annoying? That don't people always go Wolfman?
Yeah.
They have to.
They like to come up and imitate the Wolfman and say, "Hey, baby, no, that's real good, man."
So what we did was we did the most irritating thing on purpose,
right,
and asked him to acknowledge that it's the most irritating thing. But that's Wolfman.
Did he talk that way in normal life too?
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, he chain smoked Lucky's filterless.
Nice.
And I met him a couple times. He was by the time I met him, he was much bigger than he was in the days of the Midnight Special. He was wearing we talked about this. He was wearing a black cape.
Oh,
and how many guys can pull off wearing a cape and get away
Not
with it?
many.
And he had
Dracula.
one of those flat cowboy hats with the dingleberries going around.
Yeah,
whatever those are called.
They didn't have a dingleberries on them.
Bolero style?
No.
Yeah, it's like a bolero.
No, there were no dingle. Oh, on the hat band.
yeah.
You made it sound like it was on the brim. Like it was
friends.
Oh, sorry. But and he was. I actually talked to him. I was behind him in line at a buffet, and he was.
The Wolfman takes it time.
Taking a while.
Yeah, he had a cane and a tray.
Don't you rush me. Where's my omelet?
pretty heavy on the carbs, but
I'll have this side. No, all these sides.
he portrays himself in the
American
great
Graffiti.
movie American Graffiti. If you're not familiar with the Wolfman,
And if you
there's
haven't seen American Graffiti, you've missed nothing.
that's a very good movie. And
Just roll the camera. Okay,
what is it?
stop. All right, Brent.
Is it the Guess Who that has the song "Clap for the Wolfman"?
Clap for the Wolfman.
Yeah, not really.
He'll rate your record high.
It's not really that good of a tune. But now, we'll talk about a good song. When Ace music director Ace Cosby picked this one. Bertha Butt, troglodyte Jimmy Castor.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds kind of like Here Come the Mummies to me.
thought it was Jay Giles for a second.
Yeah, or that Jay Giles rap.
Yeah.
In, what is it? Must have got lost or something. I forget what it is.
I must have.
Now, we turn to the sports page with Chick McGee. Anything of interest going on over there?
Big news from the NFL. The first shoe has fallen. What do we say? What is it? The first echo is... Anyway, Saints say former Raiders quarterback Derek Carr... That's right. He's agreed to a 4-year contract.
Oh, that's nice.
Now, earlier, if you were with us earlier when we first started the Derek Carr information, David's his brother, sorry, Derek Carr, we were playing an actual car horn. But people were complaining because they thought that the car was behind them blowing their horn.
Yeah, I'm
of,
with them. I hate that.
No, those are the listeners we have complaining about quality comedy.
No,
I don't.
It's like when someone plays a siren on the radio and you're in the car and you panic and look.
I've always heard that's illegal.
It should be.
I've also heard that it's illegal to drive barefoot. Is that true?
I've heard that too. Is that true?
You've also heard that it's illegal to have one of those necker knobs on your steering wheel.
Those have gone way away.
The loose side.
You can't sit in the middle anymore.
The high quality cars that have that, they're heated.
You can't sit in the middle anymore and snuggle with your honey.
There are no middles.
That's right.
That's because men designed the cars.
Peace and space.
Yeah, give me some room, lady.
Yeah, wait till the plastic COVID shield comes in. Oh, look, it's soundproof. Just Oh, the cone of silence.
You better be careful. These are on.
Anyway, Derek Carr, his contract up to $150 million with $100 million guaranteed for Derek Carr.
So they're hoping this goes the Matt Stafford way rather than the Carson Wentz way. Is that the theory here?
Yeah, Carson, for some reason, got nervous when people were running at him, trying to stop him from throwing, which would be, to me...
You learned that early on,
Throwing would be like a given. I got a great arm. Thank you, higher power. However, I got a great arm. But he seemed uncomfortable around other players, which...
now, in punt, pass, and kick competition...
He was great. Evidently, he got nervous when he got rushed, which is a problem. And the Seattle Seahawks have agreed to terms with Geno Smith on a 3-year contract right around $100 million.
Cool, man. He was fun to watch last season.
Yeah, that's one for him. Out of all the years he's been in the league, that's one. He
makes a good pizza.
That was a Geno's East joke, I'm guessing?
Geno's Pizza? No.
Geno's and Geno. Do you in Chicago? Do you say Geno's Eats or you just say Geno's?
Probably just Geno's, I'd imagine. Yeah, I think
because
so.
there's East and West. I used to eat at Geno's Pizza. Right?
Did you?
Well, you went to college.
Where'd you order?
I got the. What did I get? I forgot. Well, there was a vodka involved.
Oh.
And whatever arrived on the table, as I remember it. Yeah.
Any other cool NFL rumors out there?
According to reports, Tom Brady is going to unretire and go quarterback the Miami Dolphins because they're all nervous about Tua and his concussion situation. That's it. That's the situation.
Wow.
There you go. And another rumor that's going to... Tom, keep an eye on your son.
All right, okay.
Help him if he needs you.
All right.
Phillip Rivers is going to unretire.
What's going on? What's he going to do?
And he wants to play with the Miami Dolphins, too. Everybody wants to go to Miami.
That'd be cool.
Oh, Miami. Now, there's a good song. Donald Fagen from The Nightfly. There's a song on there. Miami? I'm not sure what it's called. But
Remember we talked to Donald Fagen?
Oh, Miami. Yeah, weird.
We talked to Donald Fagen about, do you know that album cover? He's got the old-fashioned turntable.
Oh, yeah.
And he said that someone set up this beautiful setup for this photograph, and it was some guy got a hold of him and said, well, actually, the cigarettes would be the pack was different then or something.
Oh.
It's one of the great covers and a great record. I highly recommend it.
Have you just ruined the cover of Nightfly for me?
No, this is Mr. Fagen was talking about that.
Did he probably say the cigarettes would have been a soft pack, I'd imagine?
I think it was like the label should have been green or something, but it was one of those gigantic turntables. Did you ever see the TV show Fridays? It was kind of a takeoff on Saturday Night Live.
It was on ABC,
Friday.
yeah.
And what's his name? Bruce Mahler did that bit where he was the Spanish-speaking DJ. God, that was funny. But he had the huge turntable. You'd have to put your arm on it and kind of spin it to get it up to speed.
I thought the cover of Nightfly was black and white.
It is black and white.
Then what would it matter what color?
Well, maybe it was. There was something about it that was.
Okay.
It was some complete nerd had figured out that was.
As soon as this started, I immediately regretted it, bringing up the Nightfly.
Great record. You're correct.
Dear Chick and Tom, this one says, Chick dropping Hammer Time soundbite is my new favorite thing on the show. thank you, sir. Also, I know how much Tom loves the Music Man. Meredith Wilson is from my hometown of Mason City, Iowa.
Wow, cool.
Tom, do yourself a favor. Check out the documentary Meredith Wilson, America's Music Man. Not only did he compose The Music Man, but he also wrote It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas, as well as the fight song for the University of Iowa Hawkeyes.
His name was Meredith? It was a fella named Meredith?
Mm-hmm.
It was a different time back then.
Well, there's Meredith Wilson. There's Don Meredith. There are a lot of
Burgess Meredith, the great
Burgess
actor.
Meredith.
Yeah, those are last names, though, right?
Burgess Meredith was Don Meredith's grandfather. You knew that.
You guys just looked at me like a first name and a last name were the exact same thing. Yeah, Kim is Kim Jong-un, but it's also a female's name in America. We can acknowledge those are different things.
Don't let them bully you, really.
You know what, chick? Now I'm fired up there, pal.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the third point of Bob's letter from Mason City, Iowa. As always, keep up the blatant hostility. The whole cast was mad at each other on Monday's show, and I really liked it. So thank you. Thank you, Bob. We will keep that.
Yeah, they just closed The Music Man. I think it just closed on Broadway.
Wow. Sorry I missed it.
Hugh Jackman. I went to see it. It was Hugh Jackman.
I know you did.
It was great. And I can't tell my story because it gets certain people upset.
What story?
What story?
About when I saw The Music Man.
Oh,
Some people in the crowd that were undesirable.
Hugh Jackman, they know him from Marvel and
Everyone
Wolverine.
just shut up. Just don't let him do it. I want to come to work tomorrow. I really want to have a job. I think all you guys do.
I don't care anymore.
He's going to do that silly voice. I'm going to be flipping
I'm not
burgers.
going to do the voice.
What is it going to take?
I'm just going to say that some people were primarily familiar with Hugh Jackman from his work as the Wolverine.
Right.
And they during intermission, they heckled him. They said certain things in some foreign tongue.
But you could pick out Wolverine.
I could pick up because the people they were talking to were sitting behind us.
Right.
2 of them were in front of us. 2 of them were in back of us, and so we were kind of in the middle there. And they turned around and were speaking in their native tongue, and it was something.
They're in New York enjoying his show.
Yes, and no, it's just very international.
He's going to run to the bathroom and do the most racist voice ever. He's got to do it so bad. He just wants to do it so bad.
No, it's just fun.
Go to his car.
You know, it's not like you'll be hearing a broadcast. It doesn't matter what language it is. You'll be hearing a broadcast, and all of a sudden these English words will pop in.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's cool. I get it. Congratulations. Thanks for coming to the U.S. of A.
Dear jerks, garbage and recycling are separated in different compartments with the garbage truck's body. Within the garbage truck's body, it says. I have different trucks.
Well, we have different trucks. Yeah, I have different trucks
for recycling.
too.
I don't care if it's separate in the truck. If they take it and dump it all in the same dump, then it doesn't matter where it was separated.
I think they take one to a recycling center and one to the dump.
Yeah, I've watched Fool Me by what's the Penn and Teller?
Yeah.
It's all going to the same dump.
No.
Have you ever been to the dump, Tom? A dump? No matter,
of course.
I hate it.
It's so cool.
It smells so bad.
You haven't lived until you've had a 71 Pontiac Le Mans with a flat tire in the sandy part of the Harbor Springs dump and have you ever tried to change a tire in the sand?
Yeah.
Neil Young wrote that song, didn't it? Cowgirl?
Yeah. Change a tire in the sand.
In the sand.
The resulting tow truck, which I couldn't afford. Oh, God. No, the cool thing about the Harbor Springs garbage, of course, you're up there in Michigan, and the seagulls are everywhere.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you are. There's always birds circling around the dump.
But not seagulls. They're the best kind of birds because they're near boats.
There's seagulls here.
Well, they're very confused. They must have seen one of those signs at one of those phony apartment complexes. Lakeview Acres. There's A, no acreage, and B, no lake.
Yeah.
There's a retention pond.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
And when did that start becoming a thing? Every subdivision now has to have a retention pond.
For drain off.
That's a drain thing. That's
really?
very important, actually, if you don't have them. Now, we have to take a short break. Coming up, we have more sporting news.
If you say so.
From Chick McGee. We have Keanu Reeves in the news, in a good way.
Yeah, you think his friends call him Kenny?
No.
Kenny, what's up?
Hey, the Ken Man.
Everything I've read about him, he's like
Yes,
the
he is the coolest guy
ever.
on the face of the earth.
Kenarino.
And I am looking forward to Wick 4 because what's his face is in it, and they're together again. The Matrix,
what's his
the
face?
Matrix guys.
I love
I
that.
always
Lawrence
get
Fishburne, maybe?
Fishburne, yeah. I get Fishburne and Jackson mixed up, and I don't know why. Tom?
Jackson Brown?
No, doesn't enter in. No, but close.
Right now.
Are you listening to us on your Raycons? What's wrong with you if you aren't? What's
the
wrong
best way,
with you?
it's the best way to listen because they're half the price and twice as good. The Raycon earbuds.
Half the price and twice as.
Tell me more.
Raycon is premium audio at the perfect price point. You can build great habits without breaking the bank in this new year of 2023. Are we past wishing everyone a new year here in March 2023? I guess we should just go ahead. You like...
is this the year of the pig or what?
Is it the year of the pig?
Chicken.
This is
I think it's a chicken.
Rooster?
Is it a rooster, chicken, cock? What do they say?
I think it's cock, yeah.
Is it the year of the cock?
Yeah, they're far more mature in the Asian world.
What's the
than we are.
great Letterman joke? I still keep running year of the chicken on my checks.
Oh, my goodness. Raycons.
Everyday earbuds, low latency gaming headphones, or a speaker with a battery that'll last all night long at your next party? That's right. Raycon has got you covered. And Raycon Start, as Tom blurted out, half the price of other premium audio brands. And I ain't even mentioned they have 3 customizable sound profiles, earbud tap functions, noise isolation, awareness mode, and they come in a bunch of colors so your earbuds can match your outfit. Ready to buy something small with a big impact on your life? Go to buyraycon.com/Tom today to get 15% off your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. Score 15% off your Raycon purchase. That's buyraycon.com/Tom.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee.
Thank you.
When we come back, we have more interesting news from the world of sports. Also, Pat Godwin.
Yes?
We have a hippo update yet again. I'd like to get to that if we could. Okay. I know you have a very nice song about that. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
But I was just talking about things that are disappearing, like the sound of a typewriter is going away. I get it. I mean, I understand all this stuff, but like that little ding when you pull in the gas station, if you're under a certain age, you have no idea what we're talking about.
Right.
How true. Just things.
Remember when they used to give you all kinds of things when you got gasoline, like glasses?
That's what Bill was talking about, yeah.
Incredible stuff.
Even albums and stuff like that. I mean, I guess if you went to school at a certain age, you wouldn't remember what albums were or certain things. I mean, I saw a list of those things the other day with people that have.
They're all disappearing.
Yeah,
Customer service.
Yeah,
Totally gone. You know, I love customer service now is everybody can understand, but nobody can help you.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I understand, sir. Yes, I know. There's nothing we can do. That's just how. I was on a plane and they had the intercom turned all the way up to like 10, and it's right above me, like blowing out my eardrum. So I asked the stewardess, I go, is there any way you can turn it down? She's like, no, I'm sorry. There's nothing we can do. It's like, really? They installed an intercom at 10 without a volume?
There's no volume.
They're going to listen to it and they're going to deal with it. That's how we're doing it on this airline.
That's right. And I hate flying. I hate flying like Nigerians hate spam filters. You know what I'm saying?
There's a Bob and Tom.
But I was just talking about things that are disappearing, like the sound of a typewriter is going away. I get it. I mean, I understand all this stuff, but like that little ding when you pull in the gas station, if you're under a certain age, you have no idea what we're talking about.
Right.
How true. Just things.
Remember when they used to give you all
I think the U.S. government should write a song called "Whatever Happened to Willie's 1040." Yeah, there's a tax joke for the accountants.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Hey, good news, everybody. Today is the day you can go in and pre-register for the Bob and Tom Show Bracket Mayhem. Your shot at $1 million. All you have to do is pick the perfect bracket. Now, of course, the teams won't be settled till after they have their tournaments coming up. I believe, this upcoming weekend, and then they'll let us know exactly what the brackets will be. But you can pre-sign up again at bobandtom.com/contest. And while you're there, go ahead and sign up for that home version of the original Pop-A-Shot game. Very cool. It's got the Bob and Tom Show logo on it and everything. You'll be the star of your neighborhood there as you invite the friends and kids over, perhaps your co-workers, for a Pop-A-Shot challenge right there in your backyard or your game room. Also, a Yeti cooler from Orange Insoles is up for grabs as well. The Yeti cooler, probably one of the most popular coolers in the country. Everybody wants one, and the Bob and Tom Show just giving one away. And the best part, filled up with Orange Insoles in your size. Next week, that's right, bobandtom.com/contest is when it all gets underway, but you can pre-register beginning today right there at bobandtom.com/contest. And good luck from all of us here at the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. A Massachusetts man tried to open an airliner's emergency door on a cross-country flight from Los Angeles to Boston, then tried to stab a flight attendant in the neck with a broken metal spoon. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Boston yesterday said 33-year-old Francisco Severo Torres was tackled and restrained with the help of passengers. He was arrested at Boston Logan International Airport Sunday once the United Airlines flight landed. He was detained in an initial federal court appearance yesterday. If measures of the U.S. economy keep coming in hot, as they did in January, the Federal Reserve will likely have to raise interest rates even higher than it has originally signaled and keep them there longer. Chair Jerome Powell will likely warn in testimony to Congress today. Powell's first appearance before Congress in 9 months coincides with growing signs the economy remains resilient and inflation still stubbornly high. And in Hawaii, officials have cited a Maui man seen on video snorkeling for allegedly harassing a humpback whale and a pod of dolphins. The Hawaii Department of Land and Natural Resources said the man actively pursued the adolescent whale inside Kilaluka Bay State Historical Park off the Big Island. A law enforcement officer from the agency went to the park Monday and recorded video of the man pursuing a pool of spinner dolphins. The agency has cited him for prohibited activity with indigenous wildlife and harassing wildlife in a state park. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you, everything I touch turns to sold.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of
curvy cleavage on display.
The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Don't touch those.
Sorry. The human drama of
curvy cleavage on display.
This is
The Bob and Tom Show. No shoes, no shirt, no talent.
Coming this Thursday on ABC. He's the luckiest guy alive. It's Invisible Dave and his two stacked roommates.
Cindy, it's this darn brassiere. It keeps pinching.
Oh, yeah. Feeling fine.
Yeah, mine's pinching a bit, too. Let's just take them off. Okay.
Hello. He's living rent-free and getting an eyeful.
Cindy, what do you think of my new negligee? Do you think it fits? Oh, yeah, it looks great. What do you think of mine?
He's invisible and insatiable.
Gee, Cindy, this bed sure feels lumpy. Boy, that's uncomfortable.
Come to Papa. You know you want it.
Invisible Dave and his two stacked roommates. Followed by the fast-paced action of pro basketball with a moral twist. Meet Carl Goodman, Amish power forward.
We have worked together, my friends. We shared the ball with he who was open, and were blessed when 2 points.
40 years ago today.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show with the ham-fisted Tom Griswold. Stomping all over our airwaves.
Had to wedge it in.
There's Christy Lee.
Hi.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
There's Jeff Oskey.
Yes, sir.
Josh Arnold, of course, retired a couple days ago, so we wish him well. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Okay, you can't let me keep talking like that. People are going to think I'm telling you the truth.
No, he sent me a card, and it said, thank you, and then he crossed out thank you, and he wrote, suck it.
Yeah, that's
Jeff
Josh.
Oskey's sick. No, wait a minute. No, Jeff's right here. I'm sorry. Now you're getting me confused. Jeff Oskey's sitting in for the sick. Josh Arnold,
so
I
easy.
apologize.
Hi, Willie.
Hey, man, what's up?
I'm Chick, and here's Tom.
Okay, thank you very much. A couple quick things. We do have a show coming up this weekend, or two, actually. Mr. Pat Godwin over in the next room is going to be at the Brown County Playhouse Friday night with Willie G. And then Willie and Mr. Oskey at the Montpelier Civic Center Saturday. How do they get tickets, Willie?
Well, you can go to my Instagram. That's got a link to the tickets for the Brown County show. And then I think it's call in from Montpelier, so just buy them at the door.
Get them at the door. They're $15. It's for a good cause, the Montpelier Jamboree. And me and Willie are going to be fun.
Oh, that'll be great.
Now, a couple other things. We had Greg Morton as our guest on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
And as of yesterday morning, more than 1 million hits on TikTok of a little something that Greg did on the show. We got talking about various voices and sounds. I'm going to play just a little bit of this. This is from Friday's show, and once again on TikTok. More than 1 million hits on this thing. This is all coming out of Greg's mouth.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Oh, I like
Good morning, Vietnam! Right, Scott, come on, Marty. It's time to go back to the future. To infinity and beyond.
Duck Dodgers on the 24th and a half century.
Wait, the gremlins don't get the wet. Say hello to my little friend.
Follow Yellow Brick Road. Follow Yellow Brick Road. Follow Yellow Brick Road.
I don't wanna. I'm afraid. I don't have any courage, or a brain, or a heart. What are you? I'm Batman.
A little bit of Greg. I love the Batman ending. The video of that is floating around on TikTok. Highly recommended. We promised a song for Mr. Godwin here.
What would you like to hear, Tom?
Well, I suppose we could once again revisit the Pablo Escobar hippos, because they're back in the news again. The notion here was, or the background is, Pablo Escobar many years ago brought 4 hippos, had them shipped from Africa to South America. Now those 4 hippos have turned into more than 100.
130 to be quite blunt.
They need to get rid of them because it's an ecological disaster.
Right.
Originally, when it got to like 20 or something, they were just going to shoot them all. And that caused an outcry. Then they thought they'd be able to maybe castrate them. What's the latest, Christy?
Well, officials are proposing to transfer at least 70 of the hippos to India and Mexico. They would be lured with food into a large iron container and transferred by truck to the international airport, and then from there flown to sanctuaries and zoos capable of taking in and caring for the animals. According to local officials, Ecuador, the Philippines, and Botswana have also expressed their willingness to relocate Colombian hippos to their countries.
Now, are they aware of what they're doing?
Yeah. What do you mean, are they aware? I don't think you'd invite a hippo into your country if you didn't know what you were up against.
Well, I don't know.
I say we feed them a bunch of cocaine and videotape them. Make a movie.
See what happens?
Cocaine hippo.
Cocaine bear, cocaine hippo.
But they had talked about castrating them.
Yeah.
Cocaine giraffe.
Because obviously, they're at this pace, there are going to be hundreds of them in another
They
decade.
say 800 within the next 8 years or something like that.
So this is a big problem.
They're having babies.
Yeah, they are.
Hippo love.
But you have a tribute song of a suggestion for the show?
Sure. It was a costly notion, shipping hippos across the ocean. They flew me on a plane. Ba-da-ba-da-da-da-da. Though I weighed many tonnies, Escobar had lots of monies from trafficking cocaine. Oh, I could tell you things. Oh, if this hippo talked, I'd sing. There were guns and guys were there to buy some blow. I could name names. He's dead, right? Pablo. I hope he's dead. The hippos, they're twerking, but my balls, they aren't working. I've been neuterized. Ba-da-ba-da-da-da-da. I came here for vacation. Now I'm looking at castration. Why am I so despised? Try and catch me, you bastards.
Apparently, it would be more than $1 million for a plane load of hippos, by the way.
Man.
They're very heavy.
And why can't we shoot them?
People getting upset. I'd be okay.
Are they endangered? They may be endangered.
No. Not where they're from.
What?
The hippos they're not endangered in Africa. They just don't belong there. I don't know. Can they be eaten?
They're vulnerable. They're not endangered, but they're on the vulnerable list.
Okay.
They're like cows with really big mouths.
Can
right?
they be eaten?
Yeah.
Anything can be eaten.
I mean, are they tasty?
I doubt it.
Not only that, but you can really taste anything. Am I right on this, guys?
How about a hippo pizza for Ace?
Thanks, Jeff.
You're welcome, buddy.
I bet you there's like some dude, he kind of talks like this, and down in Louisiana.
That's right.
And I cook a hippo for you. I put a little pepper, little onion, little garlic sauce, little Worcester, little W sauce on it.
Right there, that's what a flavor is.
I cook you a little hippo for that, Ace.
What's that guy's name?
That guy?
Justin Wilson?
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, I thought you meant the guy that I was doing. I was like, I don't know what his name is.
Yeah,
there was
Justin Wilson.
a guy that had that accent that did a cooking show very early on.
I love that. Like he looks like me, but he talks like a shrimp boat captain kind of white guy.
Oh, yeah.
I love that New Orleans kind of, hey, what's going on, man? Kind of soul guy. You know what I'm talking about?
You know, in New Orleans, they say, where you at? Instead of how you doing.
Where you at?
Where you at?
Obviously, I'm right here.
Well,
you shouldn't have a sentence.
See, that's why you're not from New Orleans. You jerk. Okay. All right.
Yeah, was it Justin Wilson?
Yes.
He was great.
See on PBS.
I haven't heard anything from him lately.
I don't think he's with us anymore. The point is, we have
Cajun cooking will kill you.
Maybe they should get those captains. Remember in the old days at Disney World on the Jungle Cruise? Mm-hmm. Remember they take out the pistol and shoot?
Yeah, and the hippo would come up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they stopped doing that. But no, I'm totally serious. They would come out. The guy would, the captain of the Jungle Cruise would pull out a gun.
What?
Yep.
And shoot at the hippo.
And shoot at the hippos.
They don't do that anymore.
Because
hippos are vulnerable.
I miss the good Disney.
Because hippos are vulnerable. That's why the guy doesn't pull a gun out on a child's ride.
It's been pussified, and they're not doing it anymore. When we come back, what's happening in sports?
Will Ferrell is, for some reason, going to NBA games because he wants attention, I guess.
I think he's doing a little work there. Good for Will.
Yeah,
Big fan.
Whatever. Making a bad movie about something, I'm sure.
Be careful answering.
Man.
Be careful answering your door.
Hey, that's my opinion.
There may be a 9-foot alligator there.
Opinions are like underwear. Everybody's got them. Okay.
Now, that and more when we come back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Even though we're not too much to look at, you can also watch the show on our YouTube channel.
Summer always makes me think of my mom.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was making breakfast. You know, she could make waffles using nothing but a pancake and a hiking boot.
Nothing like the Vibram waffle.
Really?
I agree.
Boom! You want waffles? There you go. Boom! There we go. How's it start? Oh, yeah. Sneezing from the pollen, the chain caught my shoestring, hit the center bar on my bicycle, and almost lost my bearings. I love summer. Good old summertime. I got sunburned on the soles of my feet. A lot of sand where the sun don't shine. Sunburned at the beach, in pain the whole darn night. So much skin peeled off my back, you could make a set of Samsonite. I love summer. Good old summertime. I got sand burned on the soles of my feet. A lot of sun where the sand don't shine. Putting on a cold, wet bathing suit. mosquitoes and bees and tetanus shots in the derriere. Something's crawling in the foot of my sleeping bag and flaming marshmallows in my hair. Drop and roll. Caught a baseball with my face. Potato salad in the sun. Salmonella steps up to the plate. Listeria gets the run. Oh, I love summer. Good old summertime. I got foot sand on the sole of my burn. A lot of feet where the sand don't shine. I got shine soot on the sole of my feet. Oh,
Shine
something
soot.
else.
Yeah.
Ah, thank you. Beautiful.
Haywood Banks.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. The New Orleans Saints say former Raiders quarterback Derek Carr has agreed to a 4-year contract. A person familiar with the situation said the deal could be worth up to $150 million with $100 million guaranteed. And the Seattle Seahawks have agreed to terms with their quarterback, Geno Smith, a 3-year contract that keeps the AP Comeback Player of the Year in the Pacific Northwest. NBA last night, your winners, Portland, Philly, Miami, Denver, and Sacramento. And in overtime, Boston blows another lead. Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Celtics 118-114. And in the National Hockey League last night, Edmonton, Calgary, Chicago, and Los Angeles all win in regulation. San Jose wins in overtime, beating Winnipeg, and Vancouver wins in a shootout over Nashville. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
No matter how hard I try, can't keep my hands off my face.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
We're in a gym today to find out what athletes need after they've had a big workout. Excuse me, sir?
Yeah.
You look pretty sweaty.
Yeah. I just jogged 5 miles. I did the weights. Did some step aerobics. God, I'm dying.
What do you need after a big workout like that?
I could use a big glass of water.
Water?
Yeah.
You don't want water. You need something to replace your bodily fluids. Get you back on your feet again.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, what do you got?
Here, try this.
What is it?
Perspiration Plus.
Perspiration Plus, huh?
Replaces all your bodily fluids after a big workout.
All right, I'll try it. Jesus, what is that? Tastes like sweat.
It is sweat. Well, the little coloring and we added some carbonation, but
What are you trying to do to me?
Perspiration Plus replaces all your bodily fluids lost during a big workout. Perspiration Plus. Bodily sweat and icy cold jug.
Come here, you crazy son of a...
Can I borrow your shirt and your shorts for later?
You're sick.
Perspiration Plus. Lemon lime, tropical punch, or clear.
Can I borrow your shorts for later?
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Jeff Jenna is our guest.
I don't know if you remember this. A lot of people were mad at the Mattel toy company because Teen Talk Barbie, one of the 200 things Teen Talk Barbie said was, math class is hard.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody, young women won't want to take math classes. And I'm just thinking, no, that's stupid. What, are American women that easily influenced? Are they? No, I don't think so. Because if they are, I think Teen Talk Barbie should say things like, sex is fun. I work hard and give my husband my paycheck.
But it's strange living back in America, you know. I mean, America's like a foreign country to me in a lot of ways.
Why?
I don't know. Things are weird. Like, you know, I have friends that don't eat bread anymore. Everybody's on a low-carb diet.
Well.
And Jesus said, take this bread and eat it. It is my body. And the disciples said, Jesus, we're all on low-carb diet. We appreciate you dying for our sins, but we're all trying to slim down a little bit. We want to look good in the painting.
So, Mark, you're a single guy.
Yeah, I tell you, though, it's tough because I got these neighbors behind me.
Really?
My neighbor, Gail, very... Gail? Gail is a woman who just moved. Her bedroom wall is right behind mine, and she has a new boyfriend. And I found this out. His name is...
Hi, this is Augie Smith. You're listening.
.com.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Well, hello there, chick.
Oh, hey. There's Pat Godwin.
Hello, Chick McGee.
Where the hell did Oskay go?
I don't know.
I don't know.
There's Ace Cosby. There's Willie Griswold.
Hard to find good help.
I know it. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much.
We got a sports story that Tom's going to be either irritated by or very excited by.
Also coming up, comedians Jeff Dunham and Dan Cummins will be joining us. Dan on tour. We're certainly looking forward to seeing him. He's got many stops up ahead. A special hello right now. I want to say hi to all the folks at Thompson Millworks. And Bruce, longtime fan of the show, listening in the great state of Michigan. Hey, Bruce.
Oh, for God's sake.
You've got to... Can we go 1 week? No. Can we go one morning without saying Michigan? Is that possible?
No.
You never say any other state.
Sure I do.
No, you don't.
You don't.
What about this? What about this, chick? Hey, Dad,
Very
who did IU beat Sunday night?
Michigan.
Is that okay, chick? Can we do that?
No.
But they lost in that case.
How about this, Tom?
Okay, go ahead.
After 20-plus years, the baseball club known as the Lexington Legends have undergone a complete rebrand. Starting yesterday, Lexington's most popular professional baseball franchise announced a name change. Moving forward, the Lexington Legends will now be known as the Lexington Counterclocks.
What?
The name, easy. The name, according to a press release sent out by the team, says pays homage to Kentucky's historic spirit of independence. Well, the Counterclocks has a deeper meaning, of course. Traditionally, horses, this is in Lexington, unfurrow your brow.
I'm listening.
Traditionally, horses in England raced around a grass track in a clockwise direction.
Yeah.
However, declaring independence from the British way, Kentuckians began to race their horses in the opposite direction,
In your face.
counterclockwise and on dirt. The world in baseball ultimately followed, and now we are the Lexington Counterclocks.
Interesting.
Okay, that's cool.
Along with the name rebrand, the Counterclocks will introduce 2 new mascots. I haven't seen them yet, but their names are Hoss, H-O-S-S, Hoss, and Dinger. It's, quote, 2 fun-loving characters that encapsulate the energetic nature of the brand. So there you go. The Counterclocks.
I mean, I like the fact that it has its origins in local history. That's the way to go.
Right.
Are they going to have like a... I would think the...
Here come the questions.
No, would one of the mascots be dressed up like a big clock?
I don't know. You mean
looking-
like...
It looks like Haas is riding a side saddle, holding a baseball, and then, they have a clock holding a baseball bat as well.
Huh. You mean like the clock on...
Is that Dinger, then?
I'd imagine.
Beauty and the Beast? What was the clock's name on Beauty and the Beast? Is that a clock?
Something French. Like
No, that was Lumiere. That
Chaise.
was
I'm not sure. It sounds good. Good for them.
They got their logo is like a C, like the Cubs or the Guardians, I guess, but it's backwards. It's counterclock, so that's kind of cool.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
Cool.
That's fun.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, well, good for them.
And continuing the weird and wacky in sports, Will Ferrell, for some reason, was at the Philadelphia 76ers Indiana Pacers game last night in Indianapolis. And it sounded a little bit like this. You're going to hear someone trying to sing, and then Will Ferrell takes over, and I don't know what he says after that. So we'll take guesses. All right, ready?
All right.
Okay. I don't know. Let's hear it for who?
Let's hear it for...
I don't know. Let's go Pacers. Let's hear it for... I heard George McLeod there. I don't know. He was an old-time Pacer, wasn't he, McLeod?
I heard something the clown. Like
I thought I heard Treasure. Treasure the Clown.
All right. Let's take your guesses here as to what Will says at the end.
Treasure Clown?
I heard Treasure Clown.
Or Trent the Clown?
I'm not sure.
If you're going to be a clown, get a better name than Trent, my
And
man.
50 Cent was there. What was that all about?
Yeah, 50 Cent was pushing him out in an Indianapolis racing car. I guess,
Yeah,
or something.
it was bizarre.
And then they called him back. I don't know what's going on.
How the
Do you
world
call
is-
Mr. Cent 50 or 50?
I think it's 50 Cent if you're talking about him, yes.
Okay, 50. Okay, 50.
I know
50.
it's printed that way. It's not Fitty in print.
My dad texted me last night and he goes, check this out. Will Ferrell and 50 Cent are at the Pacer game. And I go, good work on that spelling, Pop.
He
says Fitty.
Fitty.
Fitty. It was cool.
Good job, Tommy.
Are you proud of yourself?
My man, 50 grand. Thank you, Fitty.
All I know is this guy, this kind of humor, okay? Oh, man, that's funny. Yeah.
I think it was hilarious. You go.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Country clown.
So
Yeah,
hilarious.
for somebody.
Someone will know what it meant.
Give him $1 million.
Yeah, tell me
there you go. And finally, everybody, sort of. Stupid world record. A 60-year-old Florida man broke the Guinness World Record for the most push-ups in 1 hour. That's 60 minutes. Rob Sterling, submitted for your approval.
Not Rod Serling. Rob Sterling.
Well, you can understand my
I can
confusion.
understand that, sure.
It's not Rod Sterling. It's Rob. What is it?
Rob with a B. Sterling
with a T,
as opposed to Rod
Serling.
Rod. You're making me do it. Rod Serling. Case in point.
60 minutes. He did a total of 3,264 push-ups.
How many?
3,264.
That's a lot.
This guy's arms, he looks like
On his knees or on his toes?
Looks like a superhero. I think they're traditional push-ups.
Okay.
He's thinking of other records to break. He says, there's a 1-minute world record as well. It's 144 push-ups in 1 minute. I set out to do that well while I was training and doing this.
He's strong enough he could rip your tongue out.
Bring it. Go ahead, Grandpa.
If you can get a good grip on it. Oh, he's a bad man.
And stupid world record. I can't even go forward.
Is it really stupid?
A Wisconsin woman has broken the Guinness World Record for the largest collection of 4-leaf clovers.
That's cool. Did she put
That's cool.
Like
the ones that you get out of the ground or anything with a 4-leaf clover on it?
No. This isn't like China with 4-leaf clovers painted on it. These are the real things.
Gabriella Gerhardt's collection was recently totaled at 118,791 4-leaf clovers.
That's a lot.
Oh, my gosh.
She lives in Fitchburg.
She's always looking
Alone.
down.
She lives in Fitchburg, very alone. She said she's totaled over 100,000 clovers. Every time she finds one, she still gets that little magic feeling. Evidently, they make her orgasm, I guess. So good for her. Gerhardt also holds the record for the largest number of 4-leaf clovers collected in 8 hours, 887. Oh, come on. That's like 100 an hour?
That's no. Where does she live? In a 4-leaf clover field?
In Fitchburg.
That's not fair.
Hard to find.
They are hard to find, I thought.
And one time she...
she's a Fitch. She's in Fitchburg.
I've never found one in my life.
She found 450 in 1 hour, 4-leaf clovers. Well, that's 200 a half hour. That's 100 every 15 minutes.
Someone planted them, and she just went to their farm and walked through.
Can you plant them?
I guess. Why couldn't you?
I don't know.
Do they have 4-leaf clover seeds?
Well, they have to grow from something.
It's sort of a freak of nature, right?
I think they are, right? 4-leaf clovers?
They're mutants.
Well,
all I know is there's a song, 4-leaf clover. Abra Moore, that's the name. Yeah, I love that song. I had a 4-leaf clover. By Abra Moore. It's a great song.
Okay, we'll dig it up for you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
4-leaf clover seeds. I can buy them on Amazon.
Okay. And one more email. Good morning, legends. Oh. I know Josh skipped out on work to go get the Double Down sandwich from KFC on Monday, but 2 days in a row, this has to stop.
Well, you have the Double Down excitement, and then you have the Double Down hangover on the next day. That'll get you.
Alan.
The Double Down is no bread, right?
Yeah, 2 chicken patties are the bread with 2 slices of cheese, some bacon, and some sauce.
That is one solid idea.
Some sauce.
Thank you very much. Is that sports?
Yes, sir.
Rocky, this is what you farted for.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, always be a good good sport, Christy?
Well, coming up, we have a passenger urinating on a passenger getting urinated on a flight. We have a new disturbing TikTok drinking trend that we're getting warned about. Don't answer the door. This is a great advertisement for a Ring doorbell camera because you don't want to just open the door for anybody. And if you're staying at someone's home, we have faux pas to avoid if you're a guest.
So if you're staying overnight at somebody's house?
Exactly.
Okay. Do you ever do that?
I try not to. I like my own hotel room, but I have done it.
Okay, so these are the rules of what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Okay. Now, also coming up this morning, we have Keanu Reeves in the news. Kind of a cool story about Keanu. And do you pronounce it Toblerone?
Toblerone.
The candy?
I think everybody in the world says Toblerone.
Okay,
I don't know
good.
what you want, but
No, I'm not sure. That's one of those things you never hear anybody say it out loud, but they're delicious. And we'll get back to news with Christy Hold the Mayo Lee coming up. Speaking of food, I want to remind you that HelloFresh is digging into new flavors right now. What is HelloFresh all about? Well, it's about great food, and you do the cooking, but they do all the shopping and all the measuring. Look for new delicious dietitian win recipes, each under 700 calories and made with less sodium. You can power up with the protein smart options like the one-pot pork and black bean chili or creamy Dijon dill chicken, each with 30 grams or more of protein. Are your taste buds calling you going, we're bored, we want something interesting? Every week, more than 40 recipes to choose from of all varieties. You got all kinds of stuff there. You've got vegan stuff over that way, and over this way, you've got traditional, good old-fashioned comfort food. Willie, what are you working on over there?
Check out the sesame soy pork bowls with chili mayo, cilantro, and crispy onions. HelloFresh sends you 10 ingredients. Put those together in 4 easy steps. In 25 minutes, you have this delicious, colorful pork bowl that you made at home with help from HelloFresh.
With the cost of groceries going up, it's the perfect time to start with HelloFresh. It's cheaper than groceries, 25% cheaper than takeout. Once again, the ingredients pre-portioned and very fresh. Sent to you in the box. Do it a couple nights a week and save yourself a lot of time shopping. And by the way, 60% off plus free shipping with the code BTShow60 at HelloFresh.com/BTShow60. That's BTShow60, HelloFresh.com/BTShow60. Coming up also a really cool police chase and comedians Dan Cummins and the man with his ventriloquist skills intact. It's Jeff Dunham also joining us this morning. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. This has been Chick McGee speaking.
My favorite sportscaster, Chick McGee, there at the sports desk on the Bob and Tom Show. And good morning. My name is Mark Allison. Thanks so much for starting your day off with the Bob and Tom Show. Dan Cummins, Jeff Dunham on the way. You can see the Bob and Tom Show on our YouTube channel. It might be fun once Jeff zooms in there in the 9 o'clock hour. You can watch him and his puppets anytime. Even right now, but Jeff will be on in the 9 o'clock hour Eastern time. Just go to YouTube and search The Bob and Tom Show. You can check out Dan Cummins, Jeff Dunham, and the rest of the cast and crew live on the YouTube television channel. And it's free to watch, free to look at, and free to enjoy. And you're welcome. And thanks so much for paying attention to us here on The Bob and Tom Show and for listening all morning long right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News Update. Lenny Kravitz will perform during In Memoriam section of the Academy Awards. That, of course, comes to us live from Los Angeles Sunday on ABC. For us oldies, the late-night TV show The Midnight Special from the 70s and 80s is now on YouTube. Thanks to its producer, Bert Sugarman has created the Midnight Special TV show channel on YouTube, which will feature vintage performances from acts like Kiss, Fleetwood Mac, Aretha Franklin, Johnny Cash, Led Zeppelin, as well as comedy acts we grew up on like Steve Martin, Richard Pryor, Billy Crystal, and George Carlin. Can't wait to take a look at that. And Jay Ellis says if you saw the Mel Brooks film History of the World Part 1, you know exactly what you're getting into with the series History of the World Part 2. Among the celebrities involved are Jack Black, Wanda Sykes, Dove Cameron, Seth Rogen, Danny DeVito, and Johnny Knoxville. The History of the World Part 2 TV series is running now on Hulu. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Jim Gaffigan joins us in the studio, a family man, a clean liver. Now, when you're on stage, Jim, you don't do a blue kind of show, do you?
I'm very clean and kind of, I talk about cake for like an hour because, cake's an important topic.
Cake, tell me about cake.
Well, there's a lot of different. Cake's a powerful food. Cake can actually bring people together. It's Bill's birthday. Yeah, I hate that guy. There's cake in the conference room. Well, I should say hello.
Who am I to pass judgment on him?
It's his big day. There's so many types of cake. There's rum cake, which makes sense because we've all been eating cake and thought, this needs booze. Shot of liquor. I don't have time to eat and drink. There's fruit cake. That's a bit of a disappointment.
Oh, yeah.
You'd think that would be better. Fruit, good.
Right.
Cake, great.
Right.
Fruit cake, nasty crap.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Have you tried fruit cake? I don't even think that's fruit in there. You're like, when is that, a Skittle?
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Some like bud, some like Schlitz, but for me, it's
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
They both make a living in their bare feet. Catching one is like a treat, and they both hang out right there by the shell. They both walk slow at a simple pace, both afraid to show their face, but only one has a built-in place to hide. Turtles and whores, turtles and whores. I love them turtles and whores. They both advertise a little tail, move so much and never get mail. They both go by the same nickname, Snapper. Daddy never told about the birds and bees, but always talked about both these and made it clear only one was fit to eat. Turtles and whores.
Yeah.
Turtles and whores. I love them turtles and whores.
Turtles and whores.
Now, if you catch one, here's some advice. One is dirty and the other ain't nice. So be polite and always walk up from behind. Make small talk, never let them see fear. Don't work alone, just bait or beer. And when you're done, just drop them by the river. Turtles and whores.
Everybody.
Turtles and whores. I've caught both while fishing. I'm always on a mission. And they both hate the kitchen. Turtles and whores.
Hey, this is Larry the Cable Guy, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Boy, better get up, get some exercise.
We got inspired last night by the halftime show watching Tom Petty's.
Oh, all right.
And so I figured we could do a lot better probably going back. He respected that I used to be known as Donnie Cougars. So this is Donnie Cougars and the Pork Breakers. Uh-huh. Well, I won't come back down 'cause I hate this town. Ain't got airbrush t-shirts like Gatlinburg does, so I won't come back down. I told you it was good.
It's time once again for people who suck at small talk.
Hey, nice weather we're having today, don't you think?
Yeah, it is rather amazing the cyclical manner in which meteorological trends manifest themselves.
Jeez, sorry I asked.
Join us again next time for people who suck at small talk.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
might as well shoot me when the beer runs out.
Bob and Tom.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
Jess Hooker joins us.
Hello.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee. Josh Arnold, a little bit under the weather. And here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. The little cocktail piano.
Very nice.
Sounds nice. We'll get another song out of Mr. Godwin today. Now, as you know, Ace Cosby is doing a pizza month, kind of like a reverse Lent. He's, boy, I guess you've given up everything else except for pizza when it comes to your diet. And have you had your breakfast pizza this morning?
Did. It's surprisingly good.
What was it again?
It was a lean cuisine, spinach and mushroom.
Spinach and mushroom pizza. But now, Pat, we have asked you to write a song every day.
Yeah, I heard you.
About Ace's pizza consumption, because this is day 7 of nothing but pizza. And how's it going in the room over there?
Pretty good. I got something for you.
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
Oh, you want to hear it?
Here we go. Come on. Oh, the temperature's dropping, my delivery's late. Haven't eaten all day and it's 8:15. The driver just pulled up, he's ringing my bell. He hands me a pizza, but it's colder than hell, and I can't wait to eat it. Yeah, wish I could reheat it. Yeah, I need to get me in an oven. 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 Or microwave. Come on. Yeah. Whoa, Ace!
Our apologies.
silly.
Our apologies to the
Yes.
Spencer Davis group.
Now,
Doesn't Ace have even an
He has an oven and a
microwave? Okay.
Who cares?
Now, isn't the legend Steve Winwood wrote that and sang that when he was like 16? or
Yeah, he
something?
was really
15,
I
16?
think so. Yeah, he's very good.
Everybody said, you got to hear this kid. He sounds just like Ray Charles.
Yeah.
Okay.
He can play, too. He's an excellent guitarist and organ player.
He must have been horny.
Huh?
He must have been horny.
Gimme good lovin'.
Give me some love.
That-
Gimme.
Thank you, Ace. Must have been horny.
16.
I'm glad he kept in general terms and didn't say something like, well, he could have gone down Vulgar Road.
I don't want to see Ace say horny ever again.
If you have any suggestions for Ace in his pizza travels, by all means, let us know.
You know what he should do is we should send him to the birthplace of pizza. Where is that? It was somewhere in Italy, I'm guessing, right?
I thought, did I?
Wouldn't that be great? Just send him like there for like a month or 6 and have him check in from, once
I'm not sure.
a month.
Is pizza Italian Americans?
I
Did
thought
they
it
develop
was,
that?
too.
Is that like, what is that, like hot dog fried rice? Is it something that we took and...
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was some kind of a cultural fusion, but we'll look forward to Ace enjoying.
I would like Ace on some sort of Stanley Tucci-esque adventure.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
There you
drinking
go.
wine, touring vineyards.
Meeting ladies.
Meeting young ladies, yeah.
There you go.
I think the important thing is he's out of the country. Let's not lose sight of that,
Yes,
okay?
It's a bad connection, Ace. We can't hear you.
Yep.
Of course, Ace is famous on this show. And by the way, we have a tremendous surprise coming up later this week.
Yeah?
I'm so excited about this.
For who?
For everybody.
Oh.
Oh, it's amazing.
Mostly for you, though?
No. It won't be a surprise for me because I orchestrated it. But I'm very pleased, and it might involve this.
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
Did you guys hear about that big Lego sale?
No.
People were lined up for blocks.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
I like the way you hit Lego.
Every single one of those. They're wordplay, Tom. It's wordplay.
That was funny.
Lined up for blocks.
That's a chuckle.
Yeah. Kids enjoy that.
See, it has two meanings, you see.
Okay.
They're buying the Legos, which are little blocks.
I'm in the minority. Oddly, I'm in the minority.
Okay, very good, very good. Christy Lee's at the news desk. What's happening over there?
Well, speaking of food, chocolate brand Toblerone will have to remove the image of Matterhorn from its packaging.
What?
Due to rules ensuring the Swissness of certain products. U.S. firm Mondelez, which makes the chocolate, said the mountain will be replaced by a more generic summit. According to the BBC, the change is due to strict rules that dictate what can and cannot be associated with Switzerland. They state that national symbols are not allowed to be used to promote milk-based products that are not made exclusively in Switzerland. Since the chocolate moved its production from Switzerland to Slovakia, it can no longer feature the iconic Matterhorn peak.
Makes sense. I mean, doesn't champagne have to be from Champagne? And
Yes.
what else have the Swiss got? They got
Cheese. Watches.
They got the cheese. They got the army knife.
They got the watches. They make a great
They got
watch.
the play that. What's that instrument the guy plays in the Ricola commercial?
Oh, I don't know. It's
a weird horn.
It's like a didgeridoo that is.
Yeah.
I think
it's a Matterhorn. I think.
Is that what it's called?
Yep. I think he's right on
I'm pretty sure. I just looked it up.
Did you ever just go to your apartment by yourself, Christy, and rip open a Toblerone and shove the whole thing in your face?
No.
Okay.
First of all, I don't have an apartment. And secondly,
I meant
would
back
never
in the day
eat,
when you had an apartment.
I would never eat a whole candy bar all at one sitting.
And those are big, right?
Are huge.
Yeah.
That's why I said a fat guy runs that company.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are they
Hershey bar, too small.
Are they only sold in airports? I only see Toblerones
Hotels,
in
too.
the airport.
Gas stations.
You
Yeah,
get them at
truck
the
stops.
grocery. I see them at the grocery store.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen a Toblerone at the grocery store.
Really?
But I've never looked. But
We have there could be kind of a museum of lost artwork from commercial products.
Yeah.
What do you mean, like a picture of
like
Speedy
Aunt Jemima,
Speedy Alka-Seltzer?
Aunt Jemima, the lady from the Land O'Lakes butter,
Yeah.
Uncle Ben. I'm not saying that they're.
Well, it sounds like you are.
Yeah, you are.
Sounds like you are.
Think of another one quick.
Yeah. All your friends that you miss so much. That Eskimo from Eskimo Pie. Is that who you miss?
There's a reason why those all went away.
What else, Tom?
Yeah, the California raisins aren't they gone?
That's still good.
The Twinkie.
Hey, I'm going to save you right now.
Yeah, you really dried up after
Twinkie
raisins,
the
didn't you?
kid.
Little Debbie's still there.
Yeah, she is. She's still on the packaging.
Well, for now,
Gabby.
until something happens, and then.
What about Sarah Lee? Is
Her
she
math
still?
teacher will get her.
Dear Bob and Tom, I had a Toblerone bar last week. I'm a fat guy, and even I couldn't finish it. I felt like Christy with a Kit Kat bar or any other one-serving snack that she turns into 5 or 4.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Oh, can you grab that?
Yeah, because they can't hear you. Yeah. Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, fellas.
Floyd.
I've enjoyed your Uncle Ben program. I meant to tell you I was on the road just in. That was this old boy brake checking me. You know, at first I thought he was struggling driving the stick shift, you know. All over the road, when I pulled up beside him, I figured out why. He was kind of toying with his own tool, you know.
Oh.
Sucking his own corn.
Yeah.
Pee Wee Herman to be proud. He was burping the worm, you know.
Yeah, we get it.
Painting the pickle.
Yeah.
Making the bald man cry. What lot lizards call making soup, I reckon. Big D calls it shaking hands with the milkman, but didn't even have his seatbelt on. I guess he didn't want to work around it. I just felt bad for the people riding in the back seat. Boy, some of these Uber drivers need to get their hands checked with them, too.
Here.
You hear the one about the racing snail who got rid of his shell?
No.
No.
That was this old racing snail who was in a race, of course. He thought throwing that shell to the side to make him faster, but it didn't. Just made him sluggish.
What do you think, Ace?
There you go,
I did that
Ace.
last year.
Did you hear the one about the two snails sitting on top of the turtle?
No.
These two snails were kindly side by side, you know, sunbathing on top of a turtle. First snail so nervous he can't even speak a word of it. Second snail said, "Hold on, here we go."
I thought he went wee. Yeah, I'm with you, Pat.
Boy, it's so nice to hear Will Ferrell back in the news. When he puts his mind to it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Floyd.
National treasure.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to think of more lost.
No.
No.
Just move on.
Hey,
What
the
else?
university.
How about the guy from Sprint with the glasses?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He's gone. Okay, very good.
He went to, he went somewhere else, actually.
Didn't he go to Verizon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or T-Mobile or one of them. I
I
forget.
mean,
One of them.
obviously, some of them were lost for a good reason.
Yeah, I think we covered that.
See, here's the thing. We get past something, but you want to
Bring it back.
reverse the car and run right into it again.
Well, I'm just saying there's certain things in the world of products they have to drop after a while. I'll give you a better example. Sugar Smacks.
The frog?
No, the cereal.
Oh, they can't call it Sugar Smacks anymore.
Remember, they opted years ago to take the word sugar out of them.
That's right.
Sugar Pops.
But kids aren't stupid.
No.
Hey, do you want shredded wheat or do you want whatever they call them now? Healthy snacks, whatever the hell they're called. No, give me those because they're full of sugar.
Yeah.
Burger Chef and Jeff. How about that one?
Oh, I like them.
Remember that?
Yeah.
No.
Is
But
Ronald McDonald still around?
Yes, of course. Yeah, Ronald McDonald's still around. I'm just saying, but there's certain things that,
Sure.
like the Land O'Lakes butter thing. Did you ever see the Land O'Lakes butter trick?
I did when I started working here. Yeah.
You could fold it.
You can fold the little thing,
Never
make her
mind.
boob stick out. Okay, great.
Looks like she has boobs.
Yeah.
All All right. Okay. Well, Christy Lee is once again at the Bob and Tom News Desk. We've got a special request we're going to get to in a second, but give me one more story.
The University of Massachusetts has issued a warning about a TikTok binge drinking trend involving Borgs. In case you don't know what a Borg would be.
Resistance is futile.
Have you heard of this, Willie?
No. What is
I just learned, yeah.
Blackout rage gallons, or Borgs. It involves filling a plastic gallon jug with a mixture of usually vodka, electrolytes, flavoring, and water.
Oh, sure, like a jungle juice thing.
Yeah. Borg, according to the takeout, Borg heads claim the concoctions prevent hangovers by counteracting the sugar and alcohol with, of course, the water and electrolytes.
Yeah, I'm no stranger to a bourbon and Pedialyte, my favorite cocktail.
Some advocates add that Borgs allow students to control how much alcohol goes in their jug and always keep a cap on it.
Here's the way. Do you know how Josh always has that gigantic thing of water?
Sure, yeah.
This is full of booze. You take it to the party and you hang on to it. And
It's safe. Yeah, I mean, if...
Well,
it's not safe when 28 ambulances are called to off-campus parties, which happened over the weekend following student alcohol intoxication.
Damn kids.
The incidents coincide with what UMass students call the Blarney Blowout, an annual unsanctioned event related to upcoming St. Patrick's Day.
I think it's safe from the aspect that you have your own
nobody can,
liquor.
you
you,
put a cap
you
on
don't need to get roofied, though, when you've had 17 shots of booze.
Well, I mean, you could adjust it so that there's not that much booze
I'm trying to think how many shots I did one time.
Christy, how many ambulances were called?
28.
Okay, so
they had to call in a different county. They had so many calls. Nobody was seriously injured, by the way.
You said it stands for blackout rage gallons?
Yes.
When the word blackout is in it, right there you've got a problem.
Sure.
I mean, I suppose you could make it with one shot of booze and
water.
80 ounces of water, but that's not what's happening.
Nope.
And this is a TikTok thing?
Oh, yes, a TikTok trend.
Yeah, I think they should have named it BARF, B-A-R-F, because I imagine there's quite a bit of puking.
The one difference here, we would always do jungle juice, and we would do Everclear, 7-Up, and pineapple juice.
Okay.
But we would make it in a big cooler, and then everyone would share it. And you only have a couple things of those, and then you switch to beer because it was so strong.
Right.
I don't know why these kids are making it personal. I guess it is safer. Maybe it's like post-COVID, they don't want germs.
Of course.
No, that's the excuse.
But but the fun part of, I feel like the fun part of drinking is getting a little germy. It's hanging out with you. It's playing beer pong. That's gross. It's germy. It's disgusting. But in the moment, you're having fun. I don't know why these nerds need their own personal drink.
They like accessories, like Starbucks cups and those kinds of things. So this is another accessory.
It's when you party, you got to share, man. You got to share with your buddies. That's the fun part of partying.
Willie losing his youth. Not even 30.
Do you know how much sadder it is to drink jungle juice alone, you guys? You're making it in a big cooler. You're walking back up with your red cup. It's a solo cup and a solo night.
And you're in your own garage.
Exactly.
This says, experts aren't sure about the Borg. Penn State's Edna Bennett Pierce says, if someone is having 16 drinks in one sitting, even if it's mixed with water, that still counts as extreme drinking.
Oh, of course.
Once again, 28 ambulances were summoned to the off-campus parties at the University of Massachusetts for the Barney blowout. Okay.
I love you.
I do like that they call it extreme drinking, though.
Yeah.
That makes it sound like beer pong should be in the X Games.
Speaking of heavily intoxicated, a college student arrested on an American Airlines flight from New York to Delhi after urinating on a fellow passenger. According to American Airlines...
Why would you leave New York to go to a deli? There are many fine...
I think New York has the best delis in the world.
Yeah, right. The water.
India. The 21-year-old passenger was heavily intoxicated during the flight. The airline said, quote, he was repeatedly arguing with the operating crew, was not willing to be seated, and continuously endangered the safety of the crew and aircraft.
That's no good.
After disturbing the safety of fellow passengers, he finally urinated on a passenger sitting in seat 15G.
Hey, look, I got the aisle seat. Lucky you. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're in pissiness class.
The student was met by police when the flight landed at Indira Gandhi International Airport.
Oof. Well, it said he was drunk.
Yeah, heavily intoxicated.
And it would have been worse if he wasn't.
Yes.
And if a sober guy walks up and starts pissing all over you, wow, what did you do? That would be terrible.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he didn't have to poop. Would have been really
Okay. All right. Hey, I've got an answer to your question, Tom. The big long horns that you were talking about. They're Alp horns.
In the Ricola commercial?
A long wooden musical horn. The Alp horn or Alpen horn, ALPEN horn, or Alpine horn is a labraphone or labraphone consisting of a straight several-meter-long wooden natural horn of a conical bore.
See, and I wondered why you went back to that.
The boring part?
No, I'll get there. No, the labra.
The labraphone.
Oh, I see.
The labraphone.
Okay. Now, coming up, we have a special request for a little song about having a great day. And we'll get to that, of course, coming up. And a fascinating story about Keanu Reeves. Also, etiquette when you're sleeping over at somebody's house.
I can't remember the last time I slept over at someone's house.
You were a guest at someone's house?
I can't recall. Well, I guess... Well, yeah.
Not in a sexual way.
Austin, I guess. Yeah, okay.
And also coming up, comedian Dan Cummins, who's out on tour, and comedian Jeff Dunham. We'll talk about those guys.
You've never slept at anyone's house, right?
Oh, I have. I prefer not to.
You are right now. You're living in someone's house.
Yeah, but they're not there.
Oh.
Oh, no, they're beating
now, would they be? If you guys weren't there, would they be home by now, or are they staying?
No, they're visiting.
They're summering.
We always love Easter at home, but I guess this year.
It'd be nice to get back the first week of March to our house. What? Who's there?
Who peed all over the lawn?
Are you supposed to move this week?
Are you kidding? We're moving soon, I hope. All that's happening when we come back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For a complete copy of the Bob and Tom Show contest rules, go to bobandtom.com/contest-rules. Or just scroll down to the bottom of the page and see contest rules.
I'm Donnie Baker, and I'm going to be a pro baseball player. I swear to God I am. A lot of people think you get in your mid-30s and your career's over, but like I always say, until they stop scouting, I ain't going to stop playing. The fact remains, I'm probably the best player I know of. My Little League coach held me back because his son had a decent curveball. There's a certain range I've got, but I basically put my hopes in this. I had a full-ride scholarship to play ball at the University of Phoenix, but I had Tommy John surgery on both knees, so can we stop now? I'm also a pitcher. I can pitch. I've got what they call a rubber arm. I can throw right-handed for days. I can throw left-handed for days. A lot of people, I'm basically amphibious. So I've told coaches before, put me on the mound. The secret to pitching for me is I like to check the runner when there's nobody on base. It throws a hitter off. I swear to God it does. This is third base. I've been there before, but usually it was after proms, man. But I probably know more about the scoring position than anybody I know of. Basically, my knowledge of the game, I've been taught in different ways, but I've also invented things. I like to get my lead at third base backwards. That way the pitcher thinks there's nobody even here. It's a lot easier to steal home, and with my martial arts expertise, I've been trained at Discount Karate to scissor kick the catcher, and I could even break his karate artery if I had to. So there's no chance of a Pete Rose situation at home. I'll win it every time, especially if I got my Wolf shirt on. Hey man, this is Donnie Baker, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7. I swear to God it is. That's like all day and most of the night.
Hey, you got the Bob and Tom Show app on your phone? You know someone who might like that Bob and Tom Show app? You should tell them it's free and available in the iTunes and Google Play Store. Once you download the app, you can listen to their local television or radio station, probably radio. Also, tune into us here on Bob and Tom 24/7. We also have a television channel on our YouTube channel, Bob and Tom Show. You can even set an alarm that'll wake you up with the show. Imagine that. Josh Arnold, when he's here ear, the first voice you hear in the morning on the Bob and Tom Show. It's all available through the Bob and Tom Show app. And again, the best part, you go on vacation or some sort of, work assignment and have to leave. You have the Bob and Tom Show right there with you through the Bob and Tom Show app. You can listen anywhere in the world, and we know people do because we get emails from folks across the pond there in Europe telling us how much they enjoy listening to the show in their afternoon and early evening. Yes, different time frame, but the show's still the same, and we're still on live, baby, just like right now as we roll through this Tuesday, March 7th. Dan Cummins, Jeff Dunham, and you right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with a look at things you may have missed on this Tuesday morning. Oklahoma voters are going to the polls to decide whether to make the state one of the most conservative to approve recreational marijuana. State Question 820, which is the only issue on the ballot Tuesday, would legalize marijuana for those over the age of 21. Oklahoma voters approved medical marijuana in 2018, and the state has one of the most robust programs in the country. Meanwhile, if measures of the U.S. economy keep coming in hot, as they did in January, the Federal Reserve will likely have to raise interest rates even higher than it has already signaled and keep them there longer. Chair Jerome Powell will likely warn in testimony to Congress Tuesday. Powell's first appearance before Congress in 9 months coincides with growing signs the economy remains resilient and inflation still stubbornly high. In the past year, the Fed has raised its benchmark interest rate at the fastest pace in 4 decades to fight the high inflation to about 4.6%, the highest level in 15 years. But consumer spending, hiring, and growth have yet to cool. And that's a look at things you may have missed on this Tuesday. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Now, Pat, you've promised a pizza song every day for Ace.
Race, you got it. Here we go. Some folks like pizza just for the cheese. Or the fact that it's delivered whenever you please. But that doesn't matter to me. Just make it crispy at 800 degrees. I don't care about the toppings and sauce. Make sure the dough is kneaded, flattened, and ready to toss. Cause you know what's important to us.
What is it, Pat?
It's always been a matter of crust.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Essential morning radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Good morning to you. If sports is your thing, then you need to order Magic Johnson Sportscasting my way. You'll learn to butcher grammar like it's a dead cow.
Sometimes Charles do things and he does them for himself. See, what the fans should understand here is that Phoenix don't like to really set up half court.
Magic's insights will teach you how to lose your train of thought in the middle of a sentence.
You know, he's amazing. Every time he does something crazy or something.
Nobody can abruptly switch to a completely different thought like the Magic Man.
He's one of the best. If he get his feet set, hey, look out. And then also, he's having a good game. He had a good first game.
Contradictory thoughts in the same sentence? Like magic.
Kevin stumbled because his leg gave out on him in a sense. And so it's not 100% that leg, but he's doing, he's playing really well. He's not like he's favoring it at all.
Magic. Angler.
Dan Marley is continually to help offer Byron Scott.
To get Magic Johnson Sportscasting my way, call 1-800.
Oh, get it out of here.
Being late. Nice.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi.
There's Pat Godwin. He's in the performance room.
Hello, chick.
Josh Arnold under the weather. There's Jess Hooker.
Hi.
There's Ace Cosby. He's eating nothing but pizza in March. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning, man.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
So we're getting Ace to expand his palate in the realm of pizza eating. He's eating nothing but pizzas, and he's eating a variety of pizzas, and we have invented a pizza, interestingly enough, that apparently had already been invented, but that's okay. We got talking yesterday about pizzas, and Christy mentioned the potato pizza. And Chick, you pointed out at the potato pizza...
what did I say? Too much potato? Too much starch.
A little starch. But
starch.
And Willie, you took this. Your notion was what again?
Christy said mashed potatoes on pizza, which could be weird texture-wise, but I thought, what if it's like a little dollop of mashed potatoes? That way, every third bite, you get a little, you know?
And then it evolves into the Thanksgiving pizza, which it turns out that Jess Hooker has actually already created.
Yeah.
Which you take leftovers from Thanksgiving and you make a pizza.
Yeah.
And are you going to do the zone thing that Willie suggests? Mashed potatoes here, corn over here.
I don't know. We layered ours,
here.
but we could do zones. Is there anything you don't like, Ace, on your pizza?
No, I'm trying to
say cranberry. Say cranberries.
What kind of sauce gravy are we using there?
I usually use turkey gravy that I make from the turkey, yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
You have to make a whole
Oh, no, not for this one. No.
Where are you going to get the turkey?
We'll be using, like, you can buy turkey breasts.
Turkey?
Yeah.
No, you don't have to buy a whole turkey.
I'm not buying a whole turkey, Tom.
Because there might be some leftovers. I know Josh just texted me.
Yeah?
What did he say?
He said,
Shut up!
Okay, thank you, Josh. Okay. Now, we're not going to go back to brands that have ended.
No, we're not.
Okay. Because once again, the Toblerone chocolate has to get rid of the Swiss Mountain because it's no longer made in Switzerland.
Would you guys have known that was even on there?
The Matterhorn?
Yeah.
Oh, the Matterhorn. I know that because it used to be.
You knew that was on the Toblerone label.
Because of Disneyland.
Huh?
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about?
I have no idea.
Yeah, anyone else? Disney?
Well, they have a Matterhorn ride, yes.
Yeah, that's the only reason I knew the Matterhorn existed, yeah.
But
But
that
did
has
you know it
nothing
was
to
on
do
the
with
candy bar?
Candy bar.
Yeah, see, this is what you do. You act like you know. You act like you know everything, and
No,
it's like, are you aware of cars? Well, sure, I've been across the street. That's not the answer.
No,
Have you seen? Yes or no? That all of a sudden, this is a Senate hearing, but it has to be to get you cornered. Have you, on the label of a Toblerone candy, have you noticed that it was the Matterhorn?
Sure.
Matterhorn, yes or no?
I've been to Switzerland a bunch of
Oh,
times.
for God's sake.
Really? You like to stay neutral?
I don't believe you.
Oh, Switzerland's
I don't think anyone noticed it was the Matterhorn.
Switzerland's really cool. Where else can you be sitting next to palm trees and see snow in the mountains?
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah, boy.
California.
Thank you, Pat.
Tahoe, parts of LA right now.
Curly under 15 feet of snow in Tahoe. Okay, now.
More than that.
Okay, so if you look at the Toblerone label, no one would know that's the Matterhorn. It looks just like any mountain or hill anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, it's a famous
no
Swiss
way.
landmark, hence the Matterhorn.
Well, of course, but you're not going to know that just by looking.
Now,
It actually
what are
looks
the
like
other
a pile
products
of-
that what is it? The alcohol champagne has to be from Champagne, right?
Yes.
France, yeah.
Yes,
if it says it on the label.
If it's got to be from,
But bourbon does not. There's the legend is that bourbon has to be from Kentucky. That's not true.
Yeah, the bourbon rules are like it needs to be 51% corn. It's aged 7 to 21 years, and a third that I can't remember.
Yeah.
But once again, the Toblerone will be losing the Matterhorn.
Toblerone? Why are you saying Toblerone?
Because I'm trying to do two things at once. The point is, they'll be just putting a generic mountain there, and it will remain delicious. So we're looking for. Are you going to make the pizza for Thursday?
Yeah, we're gonna have Thanksgiving pizza on Thursday. Should I do a Thanksgiving savory and a Thanksgiving sweet? Like all of the
pecan pie?
like pies.
Pecan pie? That would be good. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
No?
I'm into that. Is there a caramel drizzle that's going to be happening?
Yeah, we could find something. Yeah, we'll
Does
figure
that
it out.
count as pizza, Tom? Since
The
you're-
dessert pizza?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I had brought up the fruit pizza, which is very popular.
Yeah.
The entire thing has been counterfeited by you.
There is a delicious.
Ace was going to eat pizza
in Chicago.
for
There's
an
a place
entire month, and now he's going to have Thanksgiving dinner for some
There's a
reason.
place in Chicago that does a.
God, you're awful.
No heated. What is it? What's that word I'm looking for?
Cold?
Yeah, but it's
You mean leftovers?
No. No, it's
like a no-bake cookie. Is that what you're looking for?
I'm
raw. I know it's called a raw pizza.
This might hinder us.
It's made of everything, but nothing is actually cooked.
Yes.
This might come in a problem for the next 40 years, but it's really hard to talk to you.
Okay, sorry. I've got a special request here. We're going to squeeze in a couple of them. It's a special day for a couple of us today, and this is going back a ways, one of the absolute classics from the history of the Bob and Tom Show.
Oh. Time now for the Mr. Obvious Show. Here's your host, Mr. Obvious.
Thank you. Hello, it is the Mr. Obvious Show. I am your host, Mr. Obvious. This week, of course, every week, a trip around the home, the world of home repair and home maintenance, and our spotlight this week falls on gutters. Now, you'll notice that your gutters are located along the roof line of your home, and I'm not sure if you're aware of this or not, but those gutters from time to time need to be cleaned out. Of course, due to the hollow shape that gutters often take, they are inclined to attract stray debris. So what you'll need to do is grab a nice sturdy ladder. You might want to get a piece of paper and a pencil to copy these instructions down, the Mr. Obvious checklist. What you'll need is a nice strong ladder, and lean that up against the house, climb up the ladder, and clean your gutters out.
Very obvious.
Well, there is a phone call. Of course, there are always questions here on the Mr. Obvious Show, so let's go to the phone.
Hello, Mr. Obvious?
Speaking.
Hi, long-time listener, first-time caller. Really enjoy the show. The gutter thing works great. Great tips.
Thank you very much.
I took your advice. I used that ladder idea.
Right.
What I did, I scraped everything out, just like you said with your hands, got rid of all the leaves. Gutter works great.
Now,
Water's
did you
flowing right out?
Now, did you you start a checklist for all of the little maintenance problems?
Did exactly what you did. Grabbed a pencil, paper,
Right.
wrote everything down, checked it off, and I mean that way there was no muss, no fuss. Got it done.
Super.
Here's my problem. Got done with the gutter thing. Now I've got leaves in my yard. I don't know. You know, it's great. The gutter's working fine. Got leaves in my yard.
Front yard or back yard?
Well, tell you the truth, Mr. Obvious, I got them in both.
No kidding.
Got them in both. I'm just not entirely sure what to do now because the gutters, they're working great. Water's flowing down. Problem is the leaves in the yard. It's just a mess.
Are they most prevalent around the gutters?
Well, as a matter of fact, they are.
On the ground there.
Right. That's where I put them.
Okay. Well, what you'll need to do is get.
Excuse me, Mr. Obvious.
Yes.
Can you hang on just a minute? I was just going to go ahead and make another checklist.
Okay, caller. Copy this down. You'll need some sort of container to put those leaves in.
Like a bowl?
No, not a bowl. I don't think something bigger and a little bit more convenient. I'd say possibly
like a suitcase.
No, not a suitcase. Maybe a trash bag or possibly a garbage bag.
Okay, garbage bag.
Get the leaves up and put those in the trash bags, and that should take care of your problem.
Wow. I can't thank you enough, Mr. Obvious.
Well, thanks for the call, and you keep listening to the Mr. Obvious.
Really enjoy the show. Thanks a lot.
Well, thank you, caller. Join us next week. We'll be installing a table lamp. Mr. Obvious, we'll take it.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. O. You got to have that bowl for to collect those leaves. If you're
So you guys have had two Mr. Obviouses? Because who was that guy?
Oh, that's funny. That's funny stuff. You hear the kid over here having some fun? Having some fun on the air?
I'm having a lot of fun during it.
Good. Okay. Yes, the world was young. That's right, and so were we. Yeah.
All right. I'm just asking.
Uh-oh. What are you just asking?
Is the Frito Banditos...
I knew. See, I almost said this an hour ago, and I went, no.
There's no more
Not
Frito
going there.
Bandito. No,
I'm just asking. I
never knew there was a Frandito.
We were talking
and
about
we're not
the
going to
fact
talk about the
that
Chihuahua dog.
Toblerone is dropping the...
Right.
They have to drop the mountain.
Right.
Because it's not made in Switzerland. But there are certain other... I know the Eskimo pie is gone.
But we know these are for different reasons, right? You know that?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Hang on. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am the Frito Bandido. I like Fritos crunchies. I love them, I do.
No good.
I want Fritos crunchies. I'll get them from you.
You know who that is? That is Mel Blanc. The Frito Bandito, yes.
They kind of sounded like Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
With the great voice artist. Well, yeah, I was just curious. Just some of these things they come and they go.
I do like Fritos, man.
Isn't there some lawsuits too regarding like Texas hot sauce or
Texas
where it says
Pete, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
that's a big deal.
Yeah,
but that's ridiculous.
Why?
Just because it's called Texas Pete's doesn't mean it has to come from Texas.
Right.
That was the guy's nickname.
It kind of makes sense, though. I like Louisiana's hot sauce. That's from Louisiana.
True.
I like Crystal hot sauce. It says Louisiana on the side. It's from
I think-
Louisiana.
Doesn't Texas Pete say that it's made in whatever South Carolina?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it says right there on the bottle.
On the label, yeah.
Okay. Tiny print. But we'll get it.
I just want to live in an honest world where everyone's truthful.
Okay, is Swiss Miss, does it have to be made in Switzerland to be?
We should check. We've got some in the green room.
Okay.
Yeah, I bet that's not from Switzerland.
I bet that's made in
Was your
some
Greek
factory
yogurt?
in
Is your
New
Greek yogurt
Jersey.
from Athens? No. It's just
Athens, Ohio?
It's about the heritage of the product. When we come back, we'll get back to the show
right.
back on the
We'll be
rails.
right back.
Coming up, comedians Dan Cummins and Jeff Dunham. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. The show is also out there for you on our YouTube channel. Watch and subscribe.
Once again, Bo Burnham is our guest, and he has a little tour going. We'll give you some of those dates in a second. Go ahead, Bo.
Every time I go to dinner, seems like I'm getting a little bit thinner. I'll sit down at the breakfast table. I can talk, well, they're not able. When I look at them, I find there's a single question on their mind. I wish I could go back to the way it was. It's not easy now because my whole family thinks I'm gay. I guess it's always been that way. Well, maybe it's because of the way that I walk. Makes them think I like boys.
Oh, my.
The goddamn question just won't go away. And I get asked every single day. But the way they ask it is not a disguise. Like, how was your day? Do you like to kiss guys? This is the worst, baby. This was my fear. Now their opinions are crystal clear. Because my whole family now is shocked. I'm in the closet and the door is locked. Well, now my glory days are gone. I was John Elway, now I'm Elton John. Well, my whole family now suspects that watching SpongeBob had side effects. I'm not gay, and that's what I said. If I'm gay, hey God, strike me dead.
That's a joke.
Just cause I'm afraid of the snow, or my favorite color is the rainbow. I'm just joking. This is the worst, baby. This was my fear. Now their opinions are crystal clear, yeah. Because even my boyfriend thinks I'm gay. I'm just... Oh, God. You all probably think I'm gay. Man, this song is counterproductive. La 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 la. Because my whole family thinks I'm gay. I said, what did they know anyway? You gotta look right through the haze. Easy bake oven was just a phase. And my whole family thinks I'm queer. That is all I ever hear. But I've been as straight as a ramp. If you don't count Bible camp. Bible camp. I'm not gay, I swear. Kind of.
Bo Burnham.
A Massachusetts man tried to open an airliner's emergency door on a cross-country flight from Los Angeles to Boston, then tried to stab a flight attendant in the neck with a broken metal spoon. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Boston yesterday said 33-year-old Francisco Severo Torres was tackled and restrained with the help of passengers. He was arrested at Boston Logan International Airport Sunday once the United Airlines flight landed. He was detained in an initial federal court appearance yesterday. If measures of the U.S. economy keep coming in hot, as they did in January, the Federal Reserve will likely have to raise interest rates even higher than it has originally signaled and keep them there longer. Chair Jerome Powell will likely warn in testimony to Congress today, Powell's first appearance before Congress in 9 months coincides with growing signs the economy remains resilient and inflation still stubbornly high. And in Hawaii, officials have cited a Maui man seen on video snorkeling for allegedly harassing a humpback whale and a pod of dolphins. The Hawaii Department of Land and Natural Resources said the man actively pursued the adolescent whale inside Kilaluka Bay State Historical Park off the Big Island. A law enforcement officer from the agency went to the park Monday and recorded video of the man pursuing a pool of spinner dolphins. The agency has cited him for prohibited activity with indigenous wildlife and harassing wildlife in a state park. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, hi, this is Tom.
And this is Chick from the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Christy, what's the best way to get full access to the show?
Hey, what? You introduced me.
That would be to become a Bob and Tom VIP.
Very good. Now, Josh, what's a feature of Bob and Tom VIP?
Wait a minute.
Well, the live 5-camera video stream of the show, plus a podcast of the show and comedy from the Bob and Tom archives.
Excellent. Chick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Become a Bob and Tom VIP now. Just go to bobandtom.com/VIP.
See, that was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Bob and Tom, all the time, in your ear.
Here at the Bob and Tom Audio Institute, we catalog key pieces of audio for archival and historical purposes. We continually research and examine significant pieces of audio to ensure their accuracy and validity. Today, we look at the first ever recording by Thomas Edison, where in 1877 he successfully recorded the following on a primitive wax cylinder.
A little piece of practical poetry. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go.
The distinguished staff here at the Bob and Tom Audio Institute noticed the labeling method used by Mr. Thomas Edison. This famous piece of audio was labeled 05TE for Thomas Edison, 02. Knowing this format is the industry standard to this day, we here at the Institute theorize there must be a 05TE01. After years of research and investigation, we have uncovered the following audio cylinder. This is the very first ever recording by Mr. Thomas Edison.
Okay. The first words I spoke in the original phonograph. Here we go. What's up?
This has been a Bob and Tom Audio Institute exclusive. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
Josh Arnold sick at home. There's
Get better, Joshy.
Jess Hooker.
Hello.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
I'm Chick McGee. And here he is, Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. I was doing a little research during the break.
I bet you were.
We were talking about brands that have had to change the name and the controversies, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of them, for the most essential to your thought would be, Chick, would be, of course, the Washington Redskins.
You mean all the things that have changed, that have gone by the wayside? Is that what we're talking about?
Well, but also this leads to the controversies about the barbecue sauce. We had this story earlier. Pat,
Texas Pete.
Yeah, be ready here, Pat. This was the North Carolina company that was making a barbecue sauce called Texas Pete. This goes back to Champagne from Champagne, France, blah, blah, blah. But the makers of Texas Pete's hot sauce are being sued because their product is made in North Carolina. Now, I would argue that Texas Pete is just his nickname.
Right.
It's perfectly valid. It states right there on the bottle that it's made in. But according to USA Today, California resident Philip White purchased a bottle of Texas Pete's at a Ralph's supermarket. And according to the complaint, he believed the condiment was made in Texas.
God. So, what difference does it make?
Yeah, he said he would not have purchased the hot sauce or paid as much for it had he known its origin.
Really?
Oh, come on.
I mean, it's
That's
just
ridiculous.
it's more expensive to ship it from North Carolina, I would think.
It's very cheap.
It's cheap, but also, you know what? If you got any You want to take on the legal system? Go for it, brother.
Yeah, I guess.
Come on, this is America. Do your thing, pal. Make some money.
Spend some money.
But I mean, how much is this guy out? A few bucks, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Did he sue Ralph's because a guy named Ralph doesn't own the supermarket?
I went to Ralph and Terry checked me out.
I don't know. Well,
Don't even get me started on Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
wait till he found out Mrs. Butterworth just got divorced. Like he's Ms. Butterworth. Anyway, Pat, you got a tune about the piece?
Now I know I'm eating sauce from Carolina. I thought it was from Texas. Why do they perplex us? It's a Louisiana hot sauce made in Caroline. But I had the taste of Texas in my mind. You know, in my mind, I'm going down on Carly Simon. Rode my old lady like a Harley.
Really?
Accidentally called out Carly. And you know that girlfriend of mine, well, she kicked me from behind. Because I'm going down on Carly Simon in my mind. Yeah.
That took a weird turn.
Yeah,
it did.
I'd like to apologize to Carly Simon and to Mr. James Taylor.
Were they lovers?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
They were
for a
married.
long time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's Ben, I know. That's a son, right?
He's got a son and a daughter. There's a
Son and
I just learned that Carl Reiner and
Rob Reiner?
Rob Reiner and Laverne and Shirley were married. Yeah.
Penny Marshall.
Yeah, Penny Marshall. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say,
Rob
I just
Reiner.
found out that Rob Reiner and Carl Reiner are related.
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, it was right
Yeah,
there.
No, no.
Katie Seagal and Steven Seagal related?
No.
No. Okay, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Dear Bob and Tom show, I'm going to sue the moon pie people. I found out they were made here on Earth. Perfectly valid.
Go for it. Cosmic brownies, I'm coming for you
Here's
next.
a letter from the beautiful Commonwealth of Kentucky. My boyfriend enjoys the Cleveland Steamer. However, apparently they're not from Ohio. So these are all valid.
No, I don't think
Nobody does. He's making that up.
They're freaks out there.
No.
They're freaky, gross weirdos. They deserve love, too.
Wow. So in any event, let's everybody calm down. Enjoy your Toblerone candy bar, and we'll move forward in life. Okay. Christy Lee's at the Bob and Tom News Desk. What's happening over there?
An etiquette expert from Florida reveals what faux pas to avoid when you are staying overnight at someone's home. Jackie Vernon Thompson, founder of Inside Out School of Etiquette.
Jackie Vernon Thompson?
Yep.
What's that about?
Isn't Jackie Vernon a famous comedian?
Like an insult comic or something, isn't it? Or some.
Hey, nice place here. It's a shame it's...
Yeah, Jackie Vernon.
Jackie Vernon, hyphenated Thompson.
All right.
Weighed in on the most common mistakes when staying over at someone else's home. Number 1, shoes. Always ask whether your host would like you to remove your shoes before entering their home.
And if they say yes, turn around and go to a hotel.
Then take your pants off.
Yes, as you're leaving, take your pants off and crap on the porch. Right, yeah.
Toilet roll. If you're staying at someone's home, proper etiquette dictates you replenish the toilet paper roll and ask the host for a new roll if you cannot find one yourself.
No, if that happens, are you supposed to leave your pants down and do that weird walk out there? Hey!
And go through all their drawers and all of their cabinets looking for toilet paper.
This is why I hate staying at someone's house.
This toilet paper roll thing goes to the folks that are living in your home, too. If you use the last of the toilet paper, damn it, place the new one on there.
Sounds like a personal problem there.
Yes.
But the
My
converse
kids don't
of
seem
that
to
is,
realize this.
is when you finish the milk, don't put it back in the refrigerator.
Yes.
So when I do my inventory, what do we need? Oh no, there's plenty of milk in there. It's empty. Okay, I'm sorry.
Men, place the toilet seat back down, considering that someone may come behind you who will have to sit. Toilet seat. Once again, these are faux pas that you make if you're staying at someone's home.
You know, of course, Tom, when you say you hate staying at someone else's house, imagine how they feel about you staying at their house.
Coasters.
I mean, even at my mom's house, I would stay at a hotel around the corner.
So you wouldn't stay in your old room?
No.
Is that what you're telling me?
No.
Was it creepy?
I just didn't.
Did she have all your old track trophies and stuff in there still?
Was it like a shrine to you?
Not at all.
Your participation?
No, my room, I never lived in my room.
Oh, he lived in Janny's room.
I
that's
didn't have
right.
a bed in my room.
How come?
Because
even then it was your office, right?
Yeah. As soon as my sister moved out when I was like 8 or 7 or something, I immediately took over. I slept in her room, but I never put anything in there.
Okay.
Did you wear her clothes?
Just her underpants. Just her underpants and brassieres.
That's what I thought.
Yes,
That's what I was asking for.
I'm a little girl.
Yes, I'm a girl.
Yeah, she and Daisy were watching the show yesterday. She sent me a little note on Instagram.
Okay. Well,
she said to say hi.
Oh, hi, Jan. I didn't have a bed in my room after I was about 7.
So what'd you do in there?
In my room?
Yeah, did you just play? Was it like a playroom?
Yeah, I redesigned it, of course.
Okay, yeah.
Of course.
Built some furniture.
All your unwrapped Christmas presents. Yeah,
storage.
Yeah.
What a weird
even when you were
desk.
a kid.
I took the door off the closet and put those beads in there.
Oh, nice.
Like a love guru from the 60s.
Is that right?
I'm totally serious.
You hung beads up.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 sets of them.
Oh, boy.
You are just worthless. Okay.
Back to our etiquette.
I had my books.
Many books.
Did you have a desk in there? Did you do your homework in there?
I made the desk that was in there.
You made it.
Yeah, when I was in high school.
Well, and he took a milk carton and put a
I was going to say,
footstool up to it. I made my own desk.
Did you wood carved a whole desk?
It's not carving. You use tools and you...
Is it a kit?
Saws. No, I just made a desk. I designed it myself.
Really?
Okay.
And where is this?
Where is this desk?
I gave it to my friend Henry when my mom moved out of the house.
Did he say something like this? Thanks. A desk,
I think he said something about, is this thing still flammable?
Was it 2 sawhorses and a piece of plywood on top?
No, it was a regular desk. I was quite skilled as a carpenter.
Did you have drawers in it?
Yeah, 2 of them.
What?
2 drawers. Oh, yeah, it was very nice.
I don't believe
bookcases. All right. We're talking about being a guest at someone else's house.
Right. You should always ask for a coaster to avoid leaving rings on furniture.
Okay.
And toiletries. Do not use your host's toiletries when showering. Be sure to bring your own hygiene products. Asking permission to use your host's puts them in an uncomfortable position.
That's the one thing I kind of like to do.
Yeah.
Use their
Use
stuff.
somebody else's stuff.
Yeah, check it out. Back in the day when you'd wake up, you're at some woman's house and she's got that shampoo museum, the history of
strawberry,
the history of shampoo, and
it's fun. New shampoo, new body wash, new random medications. You figure stuff out when you're staying at somebody's
That's the medicine
house.
cabinet.
Yeah. And last but
Chick,
not
you want to take
least,
this one?
No.
Aren't you a famous medicine cabinet surveyor?
If I've been to your house, I've looked in your medicine cabinet. Yes.
well, I don't have one, so I don't have to worry. Sheets. Remove any bed linens you've slept on and offer to replace them with clean sheets when you leave.
No.
No.
I'm not taking the bed apart.
Why not?
I don't think that's taking the bed apart. I think that's making the bed.
Yeah, you take the bed apart because you're not going to make a bed that you've slept in, and they're not going to have somebody else sleep there without changing the sheets.
I don't know. Seems
All right.
much. Yeah, I don't have time to tell a classic story about that. Maybe when we get back.
Yeah. Well, we have a guest when we come back, thankfully.
We're looking forward to talking with comedian Dan Cummins in just a few minutes. What else we got coming up, Christy?
We also have a guy who admits treason over a crossbow plot against the Queen.
Did you hear about this guy?
No, but treason with a crossbow sounds like we're in the 1850s.
I know.
Any headline with crossbow in it, I'm in.
Not
only was it a crossbow, he had the safety off, and he was walking around with a loaded crossbow.
And we have our human skin jacket still to come. We never got to that.
Right now, on a much lighter note and a much happier note, the Bob and Tom Show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Getting to know yourself, very important, a lifelong process. Everything's changing all the time. It can be very confusing out there. I think that feeling overwhelmed now is just the common way to feel because there's so much happening. Therapy is about deepening your self-awareness and helping yourself out. And it's very important to understand that it's not a sign of weakness to be going into therapy and helping yourself. And that's where BetterHelp comes in. They've connected more than 1 million people to licensed therapists. And the interesting part about this, it's entirely done online. It can be done with a camera on, camera off. It can be done even with texting back and forth, the equivalent of that. Find out what happens at BetterHelp by going to BetterHelp.com/BTShow. And by the way, the Bob and Tom Show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Once again, it is entirely online, so it's convenient for you. And by the way, you'll take answer a small set of questions, and you'll be hooked up with a therapist. And by the way, there's no additional charge if you want to switch therapists, which you can do at any time. So discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/BT show to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, BetterHelp.com/BT show. Check it out. When we come back, we're going to talk with our old friend, the great comedian Dan Cummins. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Yes, thanks so much for tuning in to the Bob and Tom Show. And just a quick reminder, treat yourself now at bobandtomstore.com. Check out our brand new items for 2023 as we head into the spring. The Bob and Tom hoodies and hooded zips sort of falling by the wayside as it begins to warm up. Check local listings. Collared work shirts still popular. Of course, that Bob and Tom Show hat, adjustable, fits any size head. We'd like to get a hat on the head of every truck driver across North America. Clothing sizes small up to 5XL. If we don't have your size, just check back. The great employees are always restocking and packaging and sending things out at bobandtomstore.com. Heck, you don't even have to leave your house, your couch, your bed. Just pull up your mobile device, your computer, and go to bobandtomstore.com. Do your shopping, and if you're the Bob and Tom fan in your life, my gosh, treat yourself at bobandtomstore.com.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Updates. New Orleans Saints say former Raiders quarterback Derek Carr has agreed to a 4-year contract. A person familiar with the situation said the deal could be worth up to $150 million with $100 million guaranteed. And the Seattle Seahawks have agreed to terms with their quarterback, Geno Smith, a 3-year contract that keeps the AP Comeback Player of the Year in the Pacific Northwest. NBA last night, your winners, Portland, Philly, Miami, Denver, and Sacramento. And in overtime, Boston blows another lead. Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Celtics 118-114. And in the National Hockey League last night, Edmonton, Calgary, Chicago, and Los Angeles all win in regulation. San Jose wins in overtime, beating Winnipeg, and Vancouver wins in a shootout over Nashville. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
And I'm not stupid. I know there's more to life than just sex. It's just none of those other things feel as good as sex. I mean, I love cookies.
Oh, yeah.
But if I do not have access to cookies, I will not rent a movie and watch two other people eat cookies.
Perfect stranger eating cookies. No.
Nothing.
No.
How do you not think about sex? Everything on TV, sex, you know, all the commercials, very beautiful women in all the commercials now. Doesn't even matter what the product is. It's just very sexual. And then you finally have sex, and it's kind of disappointing. Where's my Sprite, my new car? That's why I think women should have shelves next to their bed filled with prizes, depending on how well you did. You know what I mean?
That's a good idea.
Like they do at the carnival.
Sure.
They have something to shoot for, you know.
Are you going to take anything on that?
Right. I'm going to go for the Van Halen mirror tonight.
Bob and Tom.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
They put the F in professional.
There's a new documentary out there entitled Sick. It's the winner of the Los Angeles Independent Film Festival Award. The film chronicles the life and times of super masochistic performance artist Bob Flanagan. In one scene, Flanagan is shown hammering a nail into, then removing it from his most private part, which would be his penis.
Wow. Boy, what if he misses and like hits his thumb?
Well, then that would hurt, Bob.
Yeah, there's a bone in there.
That's really going to hurt.
That's going to hurt.
Hold on a second. Morning, Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bob Vila.
Bob Vila, the
Hiya, Bob.
famed home repair host. How's it going, Bob?
Pretty good.
Good. What can we do for you?
Hey, you know, you guys are talking about something. It's pretty common.
Uh-huh.
A lot of the home repair guys do it. I do it all the time.
You actually take a nail and pound it into your penis on purpose?
Heck yeah.
Now,
Really?
do you use a nail gun or do you use a regular traditional hammer and nail?
Oh, I'm not a conservative guy. Just use a nail.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I was at the hardware store the other day picking up a nail just for that.
Uh-huh.
And I took it up to the counter. The guy goes, that'll be $1. I go, great. He goes, that'll be $1.04 with tax. I go, tax? What do you think I am, kinky?
Tax too.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
This magician's on stage, and he invites this guy from the audience to give him a sledgehammer. The magician says, I want you to hit me in the temple as hard as you can with a sledgehammer. The guy goes, all right. So the magician lays his head down on his block of wood, and this guy hauls back. Bam! Pops this guy in the temple. 10 years later, the magician wakes up out of a coma in the hospital and goes, ta-da!
Can I just say that I really love doing this program?
Oh, thank you.
You know, as a this is like such a fun. It's actually entertaining and fun to do it. You know, and as a comedian, you do a lot of shows, and you know, like I did a radio program a few weeks ago, and they introduced me as the bad boy of comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I never said I was the bad boy of anything, nor do I want to be introduced as such.
Mm-hmm. Where'd they get
Only in comedy do you ever hear that. You never hear that in other professions. You never hear, he's the bad boy of gynecology. See the guy putting on his gloves with his fingers cut off?
Had his finger in a dike.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Take that to the bank.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey.
There's Jess Hooker. She joins us today.
Hello.
Josh Arnold under the weather. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. I was... are we ready? Okay, we're going to hook up with a comedian, longtime friend of the show, Dan Cummins. There he is.
What a jerk. Look at that guy.
Look at that handsome face. And what does your T-shirt say? Caffeinate Mars?
Oh, yeah. Just random coffee shirt, Black Rifle.
Oh, well, that's great. A long time no see, Dan. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Sorry I couldn't be there, but it's good to see your face virtually at least.
Yeah, you too.
We've known Dan since the club days, and
since Cobb Dog.
Since Cobb Dog, yes. Yep. Pro on bass, Dan on guitar. It's 2 or 3 years ago now.
Yeah. Are you pumping iron now? By the way,
I have been lifting some weights. Yeah,
and you have the arms of the illustrated man.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, my mom hates them, but here they are.
Now, does anybody like them? I mean, do you have
Does anybody like
that?
You remember Tom, Dan? Of course.
I do. This is great. This tracks.
I mean,
well, and just say you have a cool tattoo sleeve. Don't
Tom.
reference a series of Ray Bradbury short stories. How uncool are you?
The illustrated man. I mean, okay, may I ask, on your left bicep,
yeah,
there I can see the face. Go the other way. Go point down, please. Left. That's your left. Now flip it over. Other side.
Over.
No. There you go. There's the face there on the. What is that?
On the other side of your
other arm. Dan.
Over here.
No,
up. Above the elbow.
This is a rough one. There is some stories here. This is a Rage Against the Machine quote that fear is your only God, and this is an angry priest here. But let me get the angle right. But the guy did the is your only very small and fear and God very big. So most people just see fear God, and I live in a fundamentalist area. And a lot of people like it, actually, because they think it's not the same as what I intended.
Okay.
They think I am a fire and brimstone, fear God, respect him kind of guy. And I had an old lady at Starbucks the other day compliment that one specifically. She's like, I like that. God bless.
Oh,
that's sweet. That's right. Now, if you get when you get tattoos on your biceps and you start lifting weights, do they kind of stretch out like this, or?
I don't know that I'll be able to get my biceps that big. I mean, I guess
they're pretty big now. I mean,
I guess You know what? They're comedy big. I'm comic huge.
Now Dan is out on tour, and a whole bunch of stops coming up, including Pontiac, Michigan at the Flag Star, the Old National Center in Indy Saturday, March 11th, the Fillmore in Philadelphia, the Agora Theater. Oh, that's going to be great in Cleveland coming up April 7th and April 8th in Columbus, Ohio at the Joanne Davidson Theater. Tell us about your live show now. Is it pure stand-up?
Yeah, it is. It is us, still pure stand-up, stories. I think I've been talking on this one about, the polarization of America and how people are kind of getting burnt out on it. And most people are somewhere in the middle instead of on the extremes that you hear about mostly on the news. And yeah, response has been good. We recorded it in December, and
I caught your Instagram the other day, and you said that you had an ant infestation.
Oh yeah, that was. We've been throwing old bits out on Instagram.
Yeah,
I never thought of this when I recorded a lot of my stuff, but I don't have the rights to most of my catalog, so it's like you get flagged for copyright violations if it's Warner Brothers or something.
Oh really?
So I got like one album that I can actually post from. So we got to get the special out so I can get some new stuff. But the ant infestation, yeah, that was a bit off my crazy with the capital F.
Oh, that's great. You're like the John Fogerty of comedians. There was a period of time where Fogerty couldn't do his own songs, then he got sued for copying himself, allegedly.
Oh my gosh!
Which he did okay there. Oh, yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, he did all right. He did all right in the end.
Yeah, and he got the rights back. Thank God. Am I correct in saying? I'm trying to remember this. Are you from? Is it Riggins, Idaho?
Riggins, Idaho. It was small when I was there. It was 450 people maybe, and now it's about 300, and now I can't even claim to be the most known person from Riggins.
Who is?
Leighton Vander Esch, a linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Oh man, he leapfrogged me big time. And then he was actually he was interviewed on ESPN several years ago, and they asked him if he'd heard of me, and he said no.
Oh,
well, isn't that?
It's
that's what you get from a damn cowboy. Okay,
that's like the famous Jimmy Pardo story.
Yeah, Kevin Cronin.
He and Kevin Cronin are from this tiny little town,
hometown Illinois,
and
that's what it's called.
Same deal.
And Jimmy went up to Kevin and said, "Kevin, you and I are both from hometown Illinois." And Kevin looked at him and went, "Is that right?" and walked away.
That is, yeah.
Our guest is comedian Dan Cummins, and once again, Dan on tour. Looks like the next stop is coming up this Friday at the Flagstar Strand Theater in Pontiac. Then it's the Old National Center in Indy coming up on Saturday. Now, what is your family life like at this point? Who's where and what's happening?
The kids are getting older now. Kyler is about to head to college, so he's 17, but he's a senior. And then Monroe's a freshman. And so the kids Monroe's about to start driving, the youngest, in a couple months, and Kyler will be out of the house. Just got accepted to his first college, so he's getting in somewhere, and shaking things up.
All right. And now talk a little bit about your podcasting career.
Yeah, that's what's made this little recent theater tour possible. God, it was actually so fun. I was just in the Moore Theater in Seattle the other night, and I was a big grunge kid, and that was a special couple shows to play where Eddie Vedder and those guys played early on. Mm-hmm. But it all comes mostly from time suck. Scared to Death a little bit. I do a horror podcast with my wife, random paranormal ghost stories and things. It's got its own following. And then Time Suck is deep dives on anything from cults to serial killers to this week's episode is 3 Mile Island, the nuclear partial reactor meltdown or partial nuclear reactor meltdown. But it can be any topic, and it's just an investigation of it, 2 to 3 hours with a lot of dark humor woven in to make it palatable for people who have short attention spans.
And do you own the rights to all those? Can they still be listened to?
I do. That actually, that was motivation to do that. I almost didn't. If somebody would have wanted the idea initially, it would have never worked, because we wouldn't be able to hire staff and kind of build things out, because we do own it. So it's lesson learned. Own your content.
Yeah.
Okay. And where do they find the podcast again? And what are they called exactly? I want to make sure I get it right.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Time Suck is the main one, and then Scared to Death is the horror one, and they can find them anywhere: YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, Apple, Google Podcasts, any of the podcasts.
Now, where do you stand on Bigfoot?
Bigfoot, I would love to believe in Bigfoot, but man, Google did a pretty good job of mapping the Earth, and he didn't turn up. So I'm doubtful. I believe in ghosts. I think ghosts are real based on everything I've read and talked about. But Bigfoot's a harder sell for me. There's a lot of interesting theories on Bigfoot. They keep as the world keeps getting mapped, they keep coming up with new reasons why you haven't seen him. And he's now they say he bounces in and out of this dimension. And he's an interdimensional traveler of sorts. That's why you can't really get a good read on him.
Okay.
Oh, well, that explains everything.
Sure.
Yeah. There you go.
Why didn't you say so?
So you just with the ever-present cameras on phones at this point, you think we'd have at least one kind of semi-in focus shot.
I know that is the bummer about the paranormal stuff is technology is not making it easier to be a believer. Right. Because people keep getting better and better phones, and it gets a little harder to understand why you couldn't just hit that button and get a pic for everybody else.
Now, when it comes to ghosts, have you had any personal experiences where you think you have been encountered, or you have encountered a ghost, or do you think because you talk about ghosts, the ghosts are kind of out to show you something?
The only weird thing I had that it's not an amazing, powerful horror movie story, but I was at the Rainbow Room in L.A. 4 or 5 years ago. It's where Lemmy from Motorhead would hang out, like that kind of famous little rock room, I guess. Mm-hmm. That's now basically like an Italian restaurant. Mm-hmm. And I was downstairs. It was quiet when I was there. I was downstairs with my wife. Went up to use the bathroom, which is on the second floor. Nobody else was there. Went in. It's a small men's room. There was just I think two urinals, one stall. Nobody else is in the room. I walk in, and as I'm using the urinal, I hear the sink is on now, and it's on full blast, and it's so hot that steam is coming out. And I thought that was weird because I'm kind of anal retentive that way. I would have turned the water off had that been on when I walked in. That's what I think in my head. So I'm like, that's weird. So then I turned it off, and I'm like, man, that was really hot. And I also thought in my head, it seems like they could get sued for having their water that hot. So turn it off, get downstairs. Felt kind of weird in the room too, kind of creeped me out. So I asked the waitress, I was like, excuse me, I've never asked anybody this in my life before, but is this place haunted? And she goes, oh yeah. She's like, we have story after story. And then I go, well, I was just upstairs in the men's room. And then she said, and the hot water turned on by itself. And that creeped me out. That gave me the. How would you know that? So clearly that happens a lot. And I was trying to think could it be a plumbing thing? But I've never heard of that. My dad worked construction his whole life. Like, how would you from downstairs turn the hot water? Why would you do that? I don't know. It's just a weird little moment that I can't explain rationally.
Yeah, and the Rainbow Room, that upstairs, is notorious for having all the parties and all the bad stuff went on up there. Oh. So that could vary. I believe that. I believe there are ghosts up there. I've been there. It's kind of creepy anyway.
The ghost of Jim Morrison's vomit.
Yeah, exactly.
Dan Cummins is our guest. And once again, Dan out on tour. And Dan, you might have said this and I may have missed it. Is the recording that you made out yet or not? It sounds like it's not out yet.
No, it's not out yet. We're my agent's gonna shop it around a little bit, but things are so different now. I don't know if anybody wants it to be very transparent. I don't know if Netflix or anybody is even interested, but he doesn't want to go there. More comics are going straight to YouTube, just so they can have the rights to chop it up, put it on TikTok, all these things. I don't know. It's interesting how things have changed, where you can get more traction, more views just between social media and YouTube than you can on Netflix or one of those, unless you're Chris Rock, unless you're Dave Chappelle. It's like, yes, that's going to be huge for you. And some people still do blow up on Netflix, mostly just that, honestly. People on the other platforms, they don't get that many views.
And is this still part of the Burn It All Down tour?
Yeah. We did a 4-month theater tour to hopefully set up a full year theater tour next year. And I hear that's going to happen. So that's going to be fun. Then I'll be going back to the clubs in May. Actually, I'll be in Bloomington in May, I think.
Cool.
To start quickly working on new material. I'm sure in a panicked state to try to get a new hour as fast as I can.
And then before we go, explain the title.
Oh, to Burn It All Down. It was, I always wanted to kind of be more, not that I held back early on, but, I guess maybe I did a little bit. I'd have things I wanted to say, but was worried about how the audience would take it. And then this hour is definitely more like, well, if you don't like it, just go away. So kind of Burn It All Down in the sense that very brutally honest about things.
Okay. Tribute, of course, to Disco Inferno.
Burn, baby, burn.
Burn, baby, burn.
That's not anywhere close to what he just said.
Dan, thank you. We'll see you soon.
See you, buddy.
Congratulations on your
Y'all look
success.
great.
So do you.
And check out Time Suck. See what's happening with Dan. We appreciate your time, Dan. Thank you.
Love you, Dan.
Guys, thank you.
The second most famous guy from Riggins, Idaho.
Good man,
ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, he is.
Now, we have Christy Lee at the Bob and Tom News Desk. And before we get to you, Christy, I was doing a little bit of research trying to find various name brands that had been canceled.
Oh, God.
Just a minute. I didn't find that, but I did find this. Well, I Googled Texas.
You get why we're all kind of skittish about you going out into these weeds? Do you
No,
understand
I'm not
that?
going there. I Googled Texas Pete's.
Yes.
Right.
Trying to find
Yeah.
the whole lawsuit thing.
Yeah.
And I found this story. A Texas man went viral after going to a dog park covered in peanut butter.
Oh, my Lord.
Wearing...
Well, he's asking for trouble.
It's better.
I haven't seen a spit take on chick in a while. Congratulations.
It gets better. Wearing only...
I'm going to the barn!
Wearing only a Speedo.
Hi!
25-year-old Stephen Shrout covered himself in creamy peanut butter.
Well, of course, you don't want to go chunky.
No, that gets into crevices.
Stood in a dog park for 10 minutes. Now, anyone want to guess why he did it?
Because he wants the dogs to lick
A
him.
tongue fetish.
No,
TikTok, yeah.
he lost in his fantasy football league.
Oh, that's right.
He came in last.
That's a creative.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big damn
His
deal.
friends, of course, filmed the scene. It went viral.
Just another reason not to return Kostaki's calls.
Wow.
That damn fantasy football. No, thank
How did you do this year?
I don't know, 11 out of 13 or something.
Oh.
I wasn't last, but I was close.
Wearing a Speedo covered in peanut butter.
Okay.
And by the way, choosy losers, choose Jif.
That's pretty good.
What does Jif stand for, by the way?
I don't know.
Do we
mean
know?
like a Jiffy?
Like a lunch in a jiffy?
Is that what? I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I hope
Yeah.
it's something okay. Now that I brought it up, it could be something horrible.
Yeah.
Jizz.
It's actually a slur
Oh my
for
God.
Australian people.
Charles.
Pearl Jam.
I haven't heard that in a long time.
Jif and Pearl Jam. Really? That would be with a Z then, I think.
What?
Not an F.
You know, speaking of food.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay. We're going to get to this in just a second.
Okay.
Then coming up, by the way, where are we here? Coming up, Jeff Dunham will be our guest coming up. Just around the corner here. We'll look forward to talking to Jeff. Right now, I want to talk about great food. And HelloFresh has got something really cool going on. They've got a little bit of a pivot here. Something in the Dietitian Win recipe column they've got. Each under 700 calories, made with less sodium. Now, HelloFresh is famous for their variety of options, the likes of which include vegan over on this side and then way over here with good old classic comfort food. These are special protein smart options like the one-pot pork and black bean chili or the creamy Dijon dill chicken, each with 30 grams or more of protein. How does it work? HelloFresh does the shopping, they do the measuring, and they send you the box. It's all fresh, and every week at least 40 recipes and over 100 seasonal and convenience items available from HelloFresh. Willie, what are you working on over there?
Check out the lemon tortelloni Palermo with roasted bell pepper and Parmesan. This one clocks in under 700 calories at 690. They send you 8 ingredients, put those together in 6 simple steps. In just over a half hour, you have this delicious, colorful pasta dish, and you made it at home with help from HelloFresh.
Sign up today, 60% off plus free shipping with the code BTShow60. That's HelloFresh.com/BTShow60. Once again, BTShow60 at HelloFresh.com/BTShow60. Coming up, it'll be comedian Jeff Dunham and elephants in the news and a really cool police chase. You'll be very surprised. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Now, the comedy duo of Abbott and Costello are well known for their classic routine, Who's on First? But this, too, is hopelessly out of date. Here's my version with the help of Mr. Dean Metcalf.
Okay.
Hey, Abbott! I'm the new team doctor. You being the manager, you got to tell me what drugs the different players are taking.
Certainly. Well, who's on roids? What's on cocaine? I don't know's on meth.
That's what I want to find out.
I say, who's on roids, what's on cocaine, and I don't know who's on meth.
Are you the manager?
Yes.
Well, then who's on roids?
Who?
I mean, the fella's name.
Who?
The guy on roids.
Who?
What is the name of the guy on roids?
What is on cocaine?
No, I don't know what's on cocaine.
No, he's on meth.
Look, do you know who's on roids?
I'm telling you. Who?
The fella on roids.
Who?
What is the name of the guy on roids?
What is on cocaine?
I don't know. He's on meth! There I go, back on meth again.
All right, now calm down, calm down.
Listen, who comes up to me, tells me he wants me to shoot him in the ass? I take the syringe, fill it with roids. I shoot who in the ass?
There you go. That's the first right thing you've said all day.
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
All right, so you know the players?
Forget the players. I need some heroin.
What did you say?
I need some heroin.
That's our shortstop.
Why I order?
End scene.
End scene.
Paul Mercurio.
Hi, man, this is Donnie Baker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
What up, Donnie Baker? Mark Allison along with you. Think you know your college basketball hot shot? Well, it's your chance to sign up early for our Bracket Mayhem. That's right. Just go to bobandtom.com/contest for all the details. It's your shot at $1 million. Of course, it's a pre-sign up, if you will. We won't know the actual brackets until the teams play their championship games coming up this weekend. But you can pre-register at bobandtom.com/contest. While you're there, sign up to win that original Papa Shot game and the Yeti cooler as well from Orange Insoles. The Papa Shot game, very cool. It's a home version. It's got the Bob and Tom Show logo. They're friends of ours. They listened to the show and they offered it up when we said, heck yeah, we'll give that away to one of our listeners. So you're going to have a chance to win that home version of the original Papa Shot game and be the coolest house in your neighborhood. The original Papa Shot game for free. All you have to do is sign up. Someone's going to win. It could be you. Go to bobandtom.com/contest and good luck from all of us here at the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News Update. Lenny Kravitz will perform during In Memoriam section of the Academy Awards. That, of course, comes to us live from Los Angeles Sunday on ABC. For us oldies, the late-night TV show The Midnight Special from the 70s and 80s is now on YouTube. Thanks to its producer, Bert Sugarman has created the Midnight Special TV show channel on YouTube, which will feature vintage performances from acts like Kiss, Fleetwood Mac, Aretha Franklin, Johnny Cash, Led Zeppelin, as well as comedy acts we grew up on like Steve Martin, Richard Pryor, Billy Crystal, and George Carlin. Can't wait to take a look at that. And Jay Ellis says if you saw the Mel Brooks film History of the World Part 1, you know exactly what you're getting into with the series History of the World Part 2. Among the celebrities involved are Jack Black, Wanda Sykes, Dove Cameron, Seth Rogen, Danny DeVito, and Johnny Knoxville. The History of the World Part 2 TV series is running now on Hulu. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
After about 6 months of sobriety, I told him, man, I don't know what is going on with me. Yesterday, I went to a go-kart track. Then I went to the batting cages. Then I played Space Invaders for like an hour. And he was like, Reno, how old were you when you started drinking? I was like 14. He goes, my brother, you still 14. He said, I bet you argue like you're 14 too. And I'm thinking in my head, no, I don't, you butthole.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Al from the MES News Center in New York. I'm Tom Bochow. In Bogota, Colombia, Brian Naranjo, age 18, says being small has its advantages, one being having a better view of girls in miniskirts. standing just 27.9 inches tall. Joe was named the smallest man in Latin America by the Guinness Book of Records.
27 inches tall.
Besides holding the #1 position, he fulfilled another dream by going to Disneyland, where he called the It's a Small World exhibit disappointing. In Stockholm, Sweden, Leif Borg, warning he would blow the courtroom into the air just 10 minutes earlier at his divorce trial, pulled dynamite from his briefcase and set it off, killing himself and seriously wounding his wife's lawyer, severing the lawyer's limbs.
Wow.
Witnesses said the explosion occurred during proceedings to determine how the couple's property would be split. For once, a lawyer got the charge that cost him an arm and a leg.
And on a high one, that a boy.
Good move. Throw away the script and get out.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
If you want to turn your daddy parts orange, eat some Cheetos and watch some porn.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Essential morning radio. All day and all night.
Really? No, seriously. Really?
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Kiss winner.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi.
Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
Josh Arnold on the DL. There's Jess Hooker.
Hi.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Willie Griswold here.
What is up, my friend?
I am Chick McGee. Nothing is up. And there is your father, Tom Griswold.
We're having an argument off the air.
I don't know about that. Sometimes you fight without me and think I'm engaged.
No, you were. I think you had left the room for this one. Your level
Yeah,
of
so you were
disgust.
fighting with somebody that wasn't even in here.
Yeah, I'm.
That happens a lot.
Unless I get paid, I don't talk to you. You know that.
Okay, fine. We were talking to Dan Cummins, comedian.
Good man.
And Dan is from Riggins, Idaho.
Correct.
Very small town. But he's not the most famous person from Riggins.
Right.
And do you recall he mentioned a NFL player?
The linebackers for these filthy, awful
Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys.
But the point is, then we got talking about where we're all from and who was famous from there.
Right.
And I mentioned that I grew up in a place called Shaker Heights, Ohio.
Yeah, Shaker.
And Willie, you pointed out that the musician...
Yeah, the rapper Kid Cudi, also Machine Gun Kelly, fictional character Ted Mosby from How I Met Your Mother, all from...
And then I said, and of course, Paul Newman.
Yeah, the biggest name of all of them.
And Willie goes, like the kids are going to know Paul Newman.
They'll know him because he's on their Caesar salad dressing, is what he said.
Yeah, that's how people know Paul Newman.
Yeah.
I think that's
The
crazy.
fact that he's in some of the best movies ever made. But this
What 20-year-old is going, you know what I want to watch this weekend? The Sting. That's what I'm going to do. Me and my buddies are going to get around and
It
drink
is on
soda.
Netflix right now.
You should actually watch it.
Christy, I wouldn't say I hate you, but I love
Watch
you.
Winning. There's a
Was I the one supposed to get mad at this? Or?
No.
Okay.
But so that was what we were talking about.
Fired
Places
up,
we're
didn't I?
from.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
So if you're somewhere and you see someone and they're maybe wearing a sweatshirt that's got the name of a place.
If you're somewhere and you see someone
And they're wearing a sweatshirt.
and they're wearing a sweatshirt,
So I am minding my own business, getting an iced tea.
Sure.
And there's a young lady behind me.
Yes.
And I turn around and she's got on a beautiful sweatshirt that says Walloon Lake.
Yeah, oh, God.
Okay.
so instead of you continuing to get your drink and minding your own damn business,
You had to say something to her.
I said, "Oh, cool! You're from Walloon Lake. You've been up there?" And she goes, "No, I bought this sweatshirt at Goodwill."
Yep. There you go.
So then I said, "Well, Walloon Lake is famous."
And he continues. Till the woman more or less said, "Leave me alone."
Right. Sure.
I said, Walloon Lake is famous, of course, in the Ernest Hemingway book In Our Time.
Oh my God!
Any
Were
of the
you
short
alone?
stories. And then I said, I might have been by myself.
He thinks he's an adjunct professor in life.
Yeah.
Just
I said, have you heard of, this woman had to be on 23 or 4 probably.
Sure.
Yeah.
I said, have you heard of Ernest Hemingway? And she said, no. So I realized, well, apparently a math major. So I said, well, when you get a chance, Google Walloon Lake. It's a beautiful spot up in northern Michigan.
Fast forward to later in the day when this woman is somewhere with her loved ones relating the story of the crazy man who approached her while she was trying to get, what were you, some sort of fountain service or what was it?
An iced tea.
An iced tea, yes. And this man wouldn't leave me alone about somebody named Hemingway.
Yeah, he told me about this guy. He's got to say goodbye to his arms or something. I don't know. It was all weird.
But I mean, well, I don't know.
You're allowed to wear a sweatshirt if you've not been there.
Yeah, that happened to me. I saw someone and I said, "Oh my gosh, I like your sweatshirt. That's where my kids went to elementary school." And she said, "I got it at a thrift store." And I said, "Okay." So I stopped talking to her after that.
Right, you didn't continue.
Oh, so you guys are going to get mad at me because I've never been to the Hard Rock Cafe in Dubai?
Right.
Okay,
See,
whatever.
It's silly.
But see, it used to mean something when you'd.
Well, that's where
you made the trip.
That's where you're making the mistake. Nothing means anything anymore. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Like tattoos.
Everything you know is wrong.
Tattoos used to mean you've been to Hong Kong and you took the risk of getting hepatitis by getting a tattoo from some guy with a bunch of needles in a bucket.
You were in the Navy and you crossed the equator and the shellback and the whole thing.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't mean anything.
No, young people all have tattoos now.
It means you were at the mall.
No, you can't get a tattoo at the mall.
Well,
you have to go to a special store.
Oh, okay. Well,
you have to usually at a strip center.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Good. Well, I'm just saying. Would you wear a sweatshirt from a place you'd never been?
Sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Of course.
What if you find out that it's,
I just ordered a T-shirt from Fordham the other day.
There, see?
Because I liked the Ram. It was a cartoon Ram.
Okay.
You've never done that. Well, first of all, you don't wear sweatshirts. We know, blah, 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 blah.
If you can't either go from work to work at the paint store, I don't want to wear it.
We need to get you a 2-pocket sweatshirt. Those are hard to find.
My grandma could knit one for you.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
How about I've got an idea. How about this? How about a line, a 2-pocket Shakur? Combination hip-hop double.
Dear everybody, does Tom's story that he just related sound exactly like the TV commercial of how not to be your parent? On the elevator,
love those commercials.
On the elevator, the guy looks at the woman and goes, "Oh, Paris, huh? Oh, ho, ho." You see what you're doing?
Okay, sorry.
Just because the guy's got a sweater on doesn't mean he's been to Patagonia. You got to let these things go.
Well, I understand that, but I just, that was a small place,
right?
Beautiful place, has a literary never mind.
You guys don't talk to people when you're in public?
Not really.
No?
I'm a big fan of minding my own business.
Really?
Yeah, me
Not
too.
me.
Well, we know.
I'm kind of with Tom on this one. I'm always talking.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I get bored.
Liven it up a little bit.
Yeah. I'm tired of talking to myself.
She may have she could have had some cool story about sailing on Walloon Lake.
Did you tell her you sailed on Walloon Lake?
I didn't go into that kind of depth. I was just so disappointed that she bought this beautiful shirt at a Goodwill. Okay, I'm sorry. Christy Lee is at the news desk. Have we missed anything?
A UK man pleaded guilty to treason over a crossbow plot to attack Queen Elizabeth II. Jaswant Singh Shali was arrested on the grounds of Windsor Castle back on December 25th, 2021. Prosecutors said he was wearing a metal mask and carrying a loaded crossbow with the safety catch off. The 21-year-old admitted to a charge under the Treason Act of intending to, quote, injure the person of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II or to harm or alarm Her Majesty.
But no, she already died, though.
No, this was before she died.
They arrested him.
But I think that if you're in jail and the person dies, no harm, no foul. They're gone anyways.
Let him out.
Wanted revenge on the British establishment for its treatment of Indians and sent a video to a group of contacts stating his desire to harm the late Queen. Charges under the Treason Act of 1842 are rare. The last person to be convicted under the Treason Act of 1351 was William Joyce, a World War II Nazi propaganda broadcaster known as Lord Ha Ha. He was hanged for high treason in 1946.
The original morning radio show.
Chick, didn't they call you Lord Ha Ha in West Virginia?
The main reason I did this story was because Chick and I are kind of World War II buffs, if you
Yes.
will, and especially when it comes to the bomb, et cetera.
Right.
But the fact that this guy was a propaganda broadcaster known as Lord Haw Haw, and they hanged him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Based on a law from, would you say 1352 or something?
1351.
Yeah, wow.
Can't spell hang without ha.
It's true. That's amazing. Isn't that cool, though? But this guy, I mean, a crossbow. That's terrifying.
Ready to go, yeah.
I mean, you don't hear about that very often. Do you
No. I don't know anybody with a crossbow. Well, Alan, but he hunts turkeys with it, doesn't he, or something?
Yeah, we keep one at the studio. The other studio.
For what?
For intruders?
PJ has one. He's also got one of those blow guns. Those.
Yeah. Do you have a crossbow in case any man with a mace comes in?
Yeah, but I just think it's pointed towards. Good thing there's no book depository near Windsor Castle. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
What a weird, cool story, though, huh?
It's weird, all right. I'll give you that.
I thought you'd like Lord Haw Haw.
Lord
Lord Ha Ha.
It's Ha Ha.
Ha Ha? Wait a minute. What is it? I think I'm getting a beat on it. What is it?
H-A-W, H-A-W.
H-A-W. I thought it was Ha Ha.
It's Ha Ha.
It's Ha Ha.
So it would
Well,
be.
that's not a morning show. That's stupid.
It would be like the classic American television show Hee Haw.
Maybe they had a Ha Ha and a Ha Ha
And
Let's take a break.
Okay, coming up, we're going to talk with comedian Jeff Dunham. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Through the glass. There we go. I hear it right now. That is the sound.
Oh, yeah.
The sound of the band. Here come the Mummies.
Dirty minds think alike. We got our heads in the gutter and our fingers in the pie. Dirty minds think alike. We got our heads in the gutter and our fingers in the pie. Looking at you from a distance, you seem so sweet and innocent. I can spot the bad girls a mile away. It takes one to know one. It's true, we're two, we think alike. Never fighting off temptation. Take advantage of this nasty situation. Dirty minds think alike. We got our heads in the gutter and our fingers in the pie. There we go. Act surprised and disgusted. You know damn well that you've been busted. I can see the naughtiness in your eyes. See it in your eyes. If you wanna come and grab it, life's too short for playing games. Never fighting off temptation. Take advantage of this nasty situation. Dirty minds think alike. We got our heads in the gutter and our fingers in the pie. Bobby Tommy, y'all so dirty. You know we love it dirty. Dirty minds think alike. That's right. Dirty a fight. Dirty mind. Dirty mind, sick alike. And they got us. Got fingers in the fight. Dirty mind. Dirty mind. Dirty mind. Dirty mind. I'm dirty. I'm dirty mind. Think alike.
Wow.
Bob and Tom.
Randy Gandhi.
He's a Randy Gandhi. We say Randy.
Randy Gandhi?
Randy Gandhi.
Randy Gandhi. The answer is
The answer is sputum samples.
sputum samples.
Exactly.
The question.
What do you call someone who's a spitting image of junior samples? Answer is
yes.
Kenmore Weed Whacker.
Kenmore Weed Whacker.
Yes.
Oh no.
What did Barbie yell as she made love with Ken in the tool shed? The answer is aye, sir. Aye, sir.
Aye, sir. Aye, sir.
Yes.
The question. Tough envelope.
What does the coat girl say to Sammy Davis right after she says, hat, sir? The answer is Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks.
What happens when Stevie Wonder tries to shave himself?
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Hey, man, it's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie.
Hey, I heard you guys talking about that man with 13 inches of pork.
Yeah, 13 and a half.
Crazy. You guys know Jamie Vickers? You know, drummer for Velvet Donger?
No.
He was uncut, too, and he could hide just about anything.
Really? Did that affect the taste, Donnie?
Bob and Tom. You can pick your morning radio show, and you can pick your nerve. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
There's Jess Hooker.
Hey, buddy.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, buddy.
I'm Chick McGee. All right. People are loving Jess calling me Charles on Twitter. I can't believe it. There's Tom. Hello, Tom. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, Chick. You'll like this letter, Chick.
Well, we'll see about that.
Dear Ace. Oh, God. You mentioned the band Coney Hatch.
Oh, yeah.
I saw Iron Maiden on the Peace of Mind tour in 83 or 84. The opening bands were Fastway and Coney Hatch. They kicked ass. Thanks for jogging my memory.
I was at that show.
Oh, okay. I don't remember Coney Hatch.
Coney Hatch, it sounds like some sort of chili dog you'd get in New Mexico
Yeah,
with the
I'm
Hatch
with you.
chilies on there.
I immediately thought food, too.
Oh, Coney Hatch.
The biggest radio song was Monkey Bars.
Monkey Bars?
Missed that one.
Oh, let's talk more about Coney Hatch and their catalog. Yeah. Like a great idea.
Thank you for taking the time to write Vincenzo. We appreciate
Wait a minute, hold it. Why didn't you tell me it was a guy named Vincenzo at the start?
Sounds like a made guy.
Damn right.
Well, that reminds me, do we have, is Regina Cacciatore in there?
Oh, God.
Oh, he has an Ace song prepared, I think. You want to bring
Yeah.
him in?
Now, once again, Ace is eating nothing but pizza in the month of March.
Hey, it's me!
Let the record show he stood up and then sat back down. As if it was someone
Just
different.
walk in the room. What are you talking about?
What do you want?
You're busting the balls.
Now, what's the name of your date?
My date is Gina Stacciatore.
Gina Stacciatore.
And my name, of course, Luigi Accusatore.
Oh, Luigi Accusatore. And Luigi, you understand that Ace is eating nothing but pizza this month.
Yeah.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And you have a tribute?
I do indeed, yeah. Hey, we are like a pizza con a formaggio, but Ace hits a most than a pizza pie. It's like a pizza con the gravy. None of us can figure out the why. It's like a pizza con a bologna. It's might have a heart attack and die. All of us are pleased with tomato sauce and cheese, but it's almost any pizza pie. Right? Am I kidding or what? Huh? Hey, let's go take a little further. It's like a pizza con a cheeseburger. It's like a pizza con the fries. It's a put on turkey and the dressing, steamed dumplings and a little white rice. It's like a pizza con a rhubarb. It's a most any. This is hard to say. It's a most. It's my accent that I don't even know. It's a most anything. He won't turn up his nose at cauliflower dough, but I hear Ace won't eat a pizza con a linga. That's what I hear anyway. Whoa. He likes anything the pizza boy will bring, but I hear Ace won't eat a pizza con a linga. All right, good night, everybody.
That's a stereotype, I think.
Uncle June whistles through the wheat fields.
All right.
Thank you very much. Give our best to Regina.
Oh, he left. Somebody grabbed him.
Oh, hey, Pat. It was good to see you. Once again, coming up, we're going to talk with comedian Jeff Dunham, the man with a host of friends. We'll talk with him. But right now, we return to the Bob and Tom News Desk with Christy Lee.
Authorities in Florida are saying a man was attacked by a 9-foot alligator after opening his front door. According to Daytona Beach police, the resident opened his door after hearing a noise. When he opened the door, the gator lunged at him and bit his upper thigh. Mr. Scott Hollingsworth told WESH.
When you wesh upon us,
we're weshing for an eye.
That he initially thought it was a dog before realizing an alligator had latched onto his leg. Hollingsworth, who needed surgery after the bite, said his recovery's going well. By the way, the alligator, he was euthanized by a trapper.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. But
see, he needed one of those Ring doorbells. He would
Yes.
have looked outside first.
could have looked outside. So there's an alligator at my door.
Right.
Oh, yikes, that's terrifying. What'd you say, a 9-footer?
Yep.
That's not that big.
What do you mean?
That's a purse and boots, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, he's lucky it just got him in the upper thigh. Could have been a lot worse. Would have been funnier.
If it was his dangle.
Yeah.
I wonder why the alligator wanted inside the house.
He was going door to door. He started a new lawn care
Oh, is that
service. Help people's edges.
He knew that's where the food was.
Can I interest you in fiber optics?
Yeah, and still, by the way, less annoying than a Jehovah's Witness. Okay, well, do you have an alligator tribute in there, Pat?
Would you like to hear one?
Sure, yeah.
I'll bring one up for you then.
Okay.
Hey, Tom.
Yes.
This email begins. I am wearing a Magnolia Thunderpussy hoodie right now after hearing about that record store on your show. Magnolia
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And this Mike points out, I've never been to Columbus, Ohio. Perhaps I should just throw it away. Is that what you're saying? I mean, all of us out here.
See? What's your logic?
It says Mike, not from Michigan.
No, because this is different. Because this is a place he aspires to go visit.
Maybe she aspired to go visit Walloon
No,
Lake.
she'd never heard of Walloon Lake.
Well, you didn't know that at the time. You had to ask her.
I said, "Did you go up
Poor
there too?"
lady.
And she said, "No, I've never heard of it. I bought this at a Goodwill." Okay, well, do you have your alligator attacking story?
Yeah, they're dating now. It's the mating season down there.
The reason we've had so many alligator attack stories, apparently it is the alligator mating season. Yeah, you're
Gator life, how hard they try to Cross the road to get to the girl on the other side. Speeding cars on busy streets won't stop this gator from getting what he wants when the gal's in heat. From the Sanibel swamps to the Everglades, one thing on his mind, he wants to get laid. He wants some ass, he's a horny alligator. Watch out, he's an amputator. He's a lusty alligator. Can't reach his stuff, no masturbator. Boston to Tampa, to land to the sea. Typical male. From Jacksonville all the way to Key West, all he wants is tail. She's in his grasp, he's a horny alligator. All he wants to do is mate her. Balls are bluer than Duke Tomato. See you later, alligator. See you later, crocodile.
Thank you very much. Wow. Once again, the guy opens his front door and a 9-foot alligator bites him in the upper thigh.
Yikes.
Yeah, this should be a commercial, like you say, for one of the Ring doorbell type things to prevent this from happening. But it would have been a much funnier story if the headline, former man answers door. Alligator, you see.
Current eunuch.
Done bit it off, you see. Okay. Now, coming up, we're going to talk with comedian Jeff Dunham. But we have time to talk to Chris Lee with one more story.
We have a letter. Hey, gang, I'm with Willie on this one. I've had hats my whole life. I'm in my 20s. My favorite cap happened to be in North Carolina Tar Heels in that classic, Carolina blue.
Cool.
Because one time, one girl told me it made my already blue eyes look even bluer.
Oh.
But it led to way too many awkward conversations about college basketball, which I know nothing about. So
you gotta have the knowledge.
Yeah, I had to stop wearing the hat.
I do kind of hate it because guys will do this thing. A girl's wearing like a Motorhead or a Metallica. Hey, name 3 songs.
Yeah.
And I hate doing that. But you might want to do a little research so you can back it up.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
But the power of one woman.
There you go. That's true.
Yep.
Yeah, I had a shirt that I wore because a girl said I looked good in it one time, and then I gained a bunch of weight, and a buddy had to be like, "What are you doing?" Flattery, it'll get you.
Okay,
it's true.
Thank you very much. Now, coming up, as I mentioned, we're going to talk with Jeff Dunham, the man, the ventriloquist, and we'll certainly look forward to that. He's going to have some of his friends. I think we're going to have him on the big screen. Speaking of the big screen, Greg Morton, comedian, was our guest on Friday, and more than 1 million hits on TikTok for his performance on this show. I think it was the sample of Jurassic Park that he did, et cetera, et cetera. That's out there floating around. So if you get a chance, you can watch that. Right now, we begin with a question. Chick McGee, what is your sleep number setting?
100. I like a firm mattress, Tom. You know that about me.
This is very simple because I asked Christy Lee what your sleep number setting is, and it is what?
40.
Okay, now that they're kind of the opposite. That's a less firm mattress, and that's the whole idea of the sleep number bed. Either side of the bed has its own setting. So 8 out of 10 couples prefer a different mattress firmness. Thus, the importance of having a Sleep Number smart bed that lets you adjust the firmness on either side of the bed so that everybody is happy. If your partner is snoring, by the way, Sleep Number has a solution for that too. Their Flex Fit Smart Adjustable Base. That's a bed where you can actually raise your partner's head at the touch of a button, which may help alleviate that snoring issue. So choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number because you want to be on your best every day, and to do that, you need proven quality sleep every night. And now it's Sleep Number's lowest price ever. Save $1,200 on the Sleep Number 360 i10 Smart Bed. Plus, by the way, special financing is available for a limited time, subject to credit approval. Get the details at your Sleep Number store. How do you find it? You go to sleepnumber.com/BT show. That's sleepnumber.com/BT show. Coming up, comedian Jeff Dunham. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy That's a good day's work, everybody.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Yeah, it is. Thanks so much for tuning in on this Tuesday, March 7th. Ventriloquist Jeff Dunham on the way. JeffDunham.com. That's spelled D-U-N-H-A-M. Dunham. JeffDunham.com. Still Not Canceled Tour is the name of the tour that he's heading out on because he's still not canceled. So he's heading out on tour with his puppets, his friends, if you will, and they'll be joining us right around the corner right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. You might want to go to our YouTube channel now and check it out. Just go to YouTube, search The Bob and Tom Show, and you can watch Jeff Dunham and his puppets as we will live in studio coming up next right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. A Massachusetts man tried to open an airliner's emergency door on a cross-country flight from Los Angeles to Boston, then tried to stab a flight attendant in the neck with a broken metal spoon. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Boston yesterday said 33-year-old Francisco Severo Torres was tackled and restrained with the help of passengers. He was arrested at Boston Logan International Airport Sunday once the United Airlines flight landed. He was detained in an initial federal court appearance yesterday. If measures of the U.S. economy keep coming in hot, as they did in January, the Federal Reserve will likely have to raise interest rates even higher than it has originally signaled and keep them there longer. Chair Jerome Powell will likely warn in testimony to Congress today. Powell's first appearance before Congress in 9 months coincides with growing signs the economy remains resilient and inflation still stubbornly high. And in Hawaii, officials have cited a Maui man seen on video snorkeling for allegedly harassing a humpback whale and a pod of dolphins. The Hawaii Department of Land and Natural Resources said the man actively pursued the adolescent whale inside Kilaluka Bay State Historical Park off the Big Island. A law enforcement officer from the agency went to the park Monday and recorded video of the man pursuing a pool of spinner dolphins. The agency has cited him for prohibited activity with indigenous wildlife and harassing wildlife in a state park. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Got this new venture. It's called Say It to My Face.
Oh.
It's pretty good.
Cool.
Hey, Josh, let's say someone talks smack about you on Facebook or Twitter.
Sure.
And the first thing you do is you'd call me, then I go to their house. And when they answer the door, I'll just yell, "Say it to my face." And then I'll jack them with a blood dart right to the larynx. And Christy, you and your ladies don't got to worry either, because I got you covered too. See, my friend Tasha and I are launching an all-female company called Oh, No, You Didn't. Pretty good. Well, it's hard to spell it on the radio, but in print, it's badass. It's all hymenated.
Hymenated?
Yep. So the next time some chick, calls another chick an obese whale when you post your porta potty selfie on Instagrams, just give me and Tasha a call. She'll go to that chick's house and slap the spit out of her while screaming, "Oh, no, you didn't."
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
For good or ill, the game of baseball needs to evolve to survive. The pitch clock seems to be a good start. Oversized bases were also added this season to encourage more base stealing. Now, next season, all bases will be replaced by bouncy houses, so runners can get a jumping start.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. This is Mark Sweeney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, and good morning, and welcome to the Mr. Insinuation show. The show, well, you know. Let's go to the phones and just go to the phones, huh? Good morning. You're on the program.
Hello, Mr. Insinuation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have a.
Got a.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's with my wife.
Okay.
And well,
she's not letting you. Or she's not giving you.
Well, yeah. And
oh boy.
I was wondering how long that would.
She's not doing the.
Yeah. And
Okay. Have you tried?
Yeah, we did that.
Okay, but have you tried this?
No, we haven't.
Okay.
Mr.
Now,
I.
have you followed? Now, if you tried that, follow it up with one of these. And then immediately after that, give it one of these.
Okay.
Don't forget that.
All right. Well, thank you for every.
That ought to get you.
Well, yeah. Okay.
You know. Okay.
All right.
Well, I see by the way we have a shortened show today, and thanks for calling today. And it's been the Mr. Insinuation show. The show,
You know. Right.
Sure.
Fabulous program. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're so weird.
You have no idea.
Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Good morning, sunshine. To the max, there's bologna in our side.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
There's Jess Hooker.
Hello.
Josh Arnold under the weather. Maybe back tomorrow, I'm hearing. There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much.
Hello, Tom.
We are hoping to hook up with Jeff Dunham. We'll see if we can get that organized. In the meantime, we return to the news desk.
Well,
with
hang
Christy
on a
Lee.
second. Apparently, this alligator story,
Yeah.
the guy opened the door and there was an alligator bit him in the thigh, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Apparently, the alligator in Florida that bit the guy was live on TV on a show called On Patrol Live. It's on Reels Saturday night. And apparently they killed the alligator live.
Oh, no.
And the video's gone viral and caused quite the uproar
Well, Jesus.
because they killed the alligator on the TV.
Whatever.
However, if they could On Patrol Live, do you watch that, Ace?
I've come across it.
That's like Cops, but it's live.
It's live.
Yeah.
All the different departments around.
If they could guarantee me a live alligator killing each and every week, I would watch.
Yeah.
How do they do it? Do you use a gun or?
Tranquilizer.
I think they shot it. Yeah.
Cool.
Don't
Or
blame
they snuck up behind it and garroted it.
You can't blame the alligator.
Garrett.
No, of course not.
Remember that woman who was in the car talking about the sharks?
Yes.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. She was sitting in her car, and the sharks were attacking people in North Carolina.
She was
and
explaining
all
to
upset.
people that you're in the shark's house.
Yeah.
Oh.
You remember her?
Oh, yeah.
Don't blame the sharks.
Right.
Okay, we'll dig that up for you. That was funny. Now, we return to the news desk here in the Bob and Tom program with Christy Lee.
Continuing with animals, scientists in Germany have discovered that elephants never forget a face, even after 12 years. Lead study author Franziska Horner said their study also revealed
That's horny.
that elephants can recall a relative they've not seen in more than a decade.
All elephants look alike.
Just from the smell of their feces, chick.
Just from the smell of their duty.
Yeah. When
That's
elephants
interesting.
caught a whiff from a family member, researchers observed that they made rumbling sounds, flapped their ears, and repeatedly sniffed the samples.
Right.
One pair of
Okay, I think we can switch gears here. Thank God. I believe we have. There we go. There's Mr. Jeff. Mr. Jeff Dunham joins us from a trailer park somewhere in the United States. Hey, Jeff, how are you, sir?
Good morning. Good to see you. Yeah, thanks. And we heard a little bit here, so thank you for our opening that thing, a story about the elephant poop thing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, sorry about that. This is actually quite a scientific story, but we'll skip it for now. Mr. Dunham, can you introduce your guest, please, Jeff?
As Walter. Yeah, my name is Walter, and my pronouns are him and I don't give a crap.
Okay. Now, I believe Walter will be touring, and I think Jeff gets to go with him. Among the stops coming up Wednesday, March 15th, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Then it'll be Thursday, the 16th, Madison, Wisconsin. Springfield, Illinois. Jackson, Mississippi. Atlanta. Fresno coming up Thursday, March 23rd. Lots of other spots, including Eugene, Oregon. Hershey, Pennsylvania. You're going to be everywhere. You're not going to get a break here. I'm looking at this schedule. Then a big landing in September, early September in Las Vegas at Zappos Theater at Planet Hollywood. That's quite the tour, Walter. Can you drive?
Yeah, what do you think of that? I wouldn't call it a Vegas landing. It's kind of the skidding in for a stop is what it is. I don't know. Hey, can we talk about the news a little bit? Thanks for giving our credits, though. We didn't earn any of that yet. We got to be funny first. That's usually how it works.
Okay, go ahead. Give it a shot. Tell me about the news.
First of all,
I'm just very happy to be here on the Bob and Tom Show, and my segment is sponsored by Boost. It's very so it's an old joke. I love being on the Bob and Tom. I love being on the Bob and Tom Show, best radio show out there. Hey, do you guys remember when on the Tom and Jerry cartoon, after many years, the mouse left the show, and then it was just a cat, but they called it the Tom and Jerry show still?
Same thing.
Yeah, it didn't happen, so that would be stupid. Just saying. Anyway. Hey, how about that? Let's start with the bad stuff. The Robert Murdoch trial. That jury didn't waste any time. The guy looked guiltier than my dog after he did a number in the middle of our living room floor. That's all I'm saying. And why has no one pointed this out? Murdoch. What a name. How could he not be guilty of murder? Shut up. I don't care. By the way, did you hear that it snowed in Los Angeles?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, it means hell finally froze over. That's all I'm saying. No one cares. There's been so much snowed around the country, it looks like the end of the movie Scarface. That's all I'm saying. Okay, I don't want to get into politics here, but I see on the news they're saying Biden may run again. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
I know. He's going to shuffle. By the way, I am not Joe Biden. Folks accuse me of looking just like him. I have never fallen up a flight of stairs. Much less 3 times in 10 seconds. Whatever. Okay, what else? Let's see. Hold on, I got another one here. Oh, yeah. And old Joe's health. I don't want to say anything bad, but he has a full-time nurse following him around and removing cancer dots. You know what I'm saying? Okay. No, not good. Okay. Hey, how about this? When asked if any candidates over 75 should take a mental competency test, Jill Biden said it's ridiculous. Joe said, I like ice cream. How about this one? Yeah, they saw Disneyland. They're removing Zippity Doodah from the parade song. You heard that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Guess what's next? They're changing Goofy's name to Mentally Challenged Canine. It's so sad.
Very woke.
And how about that Pete Davidson? He's dating Chase Sweet Wonders. Did you see that?
I did see that.
Yeah, I think he's making a check marks on something that rhymes with bucket list. Too far? Did I go too far?
I like that one very much.
Two more. Here we go. The big question I keep hearing is, will Harry and Meghan attend the coronation of King Charles?
Yeah.
And the answer is, I keep giving, please change the damn channel. That's all.
I couldn't agree more.
I think they keep the monarchy around because it attracts tourists. It's a royal human zoo. Let's go see Buckingham Palace, the natural habitat of the inbred royals. I don't know. And last but not least, Justin Bieber canceled the rest of this tour without explanation. I think he finally listened to the songs he was singing.
Thank you, Walter.
One more.
Yeah.
The #1 movie at the box office is Creed 3. It's the story about how Hollywood wants to make the latest Rocky sequel seem more diverse. Thank you very much. No, I shouldn't have ended on that one.
It's okay, Walter.
I have a question. I have a feeling that Jeff is the puppet now and Walter is running him because Jeff looks younger than he did 20 years ago. What's happening there?
Yeah, we have a good filter and we're in a trailer park, so it makes me look better.
You look super healthy and look great, Jeff. Congratulations on staying.
Oh, thank you. You know what happened, and I never say this in front of my audiences, but my wife wow, did you see that? Walter disappeared. That was cool. How does that happen? Wow. You know what it is? The NSA figured out I'm making fun of Biden. Anyway. So, my wife is 100% vegan. And so she's, there's no animal food around this house anymore. It's all plant-based stuff. So I do when I'm on the road, and, I got a crew of 12 guys, and we got tour buses, and they have catering. So every once in a while, I'll still have a nice, piece of meat now and then. But yeah, thanks for the compliment. But I don't know. There's something to all this stuff where, I'm eating a lot of vegetables.
Well, it's working for you.
You know what's weird is I went to the I go to the eye doctor like once every 3 years, and I went in and he goes, your eyesight has gotten better. And he goes, are you doing anything different? I go, yeah, eating a lot of vegetables. And he goes, that actually works. So I don't know. I don't know. All I'm saying is I love a steak better than the next guy, but I think I'm a cheating vegan. That's what I am.
Now, you mentioned that you've got 12 crew members going out with you. How many of your friends will be with you other than Walter?
You're assuming a lot. He calls us just friends. We're employees. We're in a box.
Sorry.
We don't care. Yeah, the guys that have been in my act for a long time, Jose Jalapeno on a Stick has actually been in the show longer than any of my other characters. I came up with him in '83 when I was in college. And then there's Peanut, there's Walter. Peanut's a little purple guy, and then there's Bubba J, the guy behind me in the shot here, and my redneck character, and then Ahmed the Dead Terrorist. And Ahmed the Dead Terrorist has been a long time, and people keep saying, "Aren't you having trouble with that?" No, because my audience come out and they know what we're doing. We don't make fun of anybody's religions. We don't make fun of anybody's preferences. It's just good, fun comedy. And I say this, I don't want to get on a soapbox here, but I say that every night for the show, that what's happened to the comedy in our country. And I don't know what's happened with the late night guys where they pick sides and they call the other sides idiots and morons and all that. And, you go all the way back to Will Rogers, Bob Hope, Carson, Leno. You never knew what their preferences were politically, and they just made fun of who was in office and what was going on. And I'm just going to keep doing that because I know my audiences trust me, and they pay good, hard-earned money. And, I just make fun of who's in office and what's going on. When Trump was there, had a lot of fun with that. And now, how can you not? But it's good-natured fun. The comedy used to be good, and everybody was okay with it, and now it's just turned kind of nasty. And I think that's one of the big problems, is that the comedy's just gotten into a pep rally instead of stand-up.
Well, we'll have a silly time with Jeff Dunham, and I would ask if I could talk to Walter for just a second. You seem like a pretty clever guy, Walter. Why don't you make a puppet of Jeff, kind of like an aging Jeff Dunham, so he could be like the old Jeff Dunham. And then
I think it's a genius idea. The trouble is he would break my lap.
Once again, the stops include, as I mentioned, the finale, if you will, a whole bunch of shows in Vegas coming up in May, and also later on in September, October, and December. A whole bunch of shows up for sale actually right now. But the immediate tour is Green Bay, Madison, Springfield, Illinois, Jackson, Mississippi, Atlanta, Fresno, Lincoln, Eugene, Tacoma, Rochester, Nevada.
And you know what's fun about these shows is that these are not small rooms. These are big arenas still, and it's great. We our shows still average between 6,000 and 10,000 people, and we've got a 50-foot video screen. It's like a giant comedy club, and it's it's a lot of fun. Oh, they always ask us, is our show family friendly? The answer is, it depends on your family.
Well, on that note, we'll leave it there. Jeff, it's always a great pleasure. Thank you for your time. Have a great tour, and go check out Mr. Dunham live.
Always good seeing you guys.
Thank you,
Bye,
sir.
Jeff.
Take care, man. Thank you. Thank you, whatever.
That Walter, he's very funny.
Oh, yeah.
How does he? Jeff looks younger than he did 20 years ago.
He just told you.
Yeah. Do you know that he looks almost, if you 24? Remember Remember the show 24?
Kiefer Sutherland.
He looks very much like a young Kiefer Sutherland at this point.
Really?
Yeah. Do you see the resemblance?
No, okay. I do not. No.
Okay. Oh, I do. Okay. We'll move forward here with Christy Lee at the news desk. Have we missed anything? Oh, you were talking about the elephants never forgetting a face.
Yeah. We remember they were smelling feces. One pair of elephants had been separated for 2 years while another had been apart for 12. The elephants in the study were also presented with feces from unfamiliar individuals, but after sniffing those samples, the animals just walked away. Researchers said, we were sure they do remember, and they know exactly what they are smelling.
But the headline of this story says elephants don't forget faces. So that's, I'm kind of curious.
So feces was
Are you
misspelled.
sure it's not misspelled? It should be feces?
No, I'm looking at the original. It says faces. So do they also recognize other elephants?
Probably.
I don't know how.
This is from the website Study Finds Elephants Don't Forget Faces.
But isn't that the thing? That elephants don't forget, period?
Yeah, but I mean, that was kind of a, I don't know, kind of, I thought, sort of a joke, but
Yeah, I think it's real. Yeah.
But I do understand they're terrible with names.
Well, aren't we all?
Just in case you. So there you go. Once again, we turn to Christy Lee over there before we get to our next break. What have you got going over there?
A cat being credited with helping raise the alarm about a man.
Oh, so sorry.
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
He's calling back.
I thought there was someone there. Never mind. What do you got, Christy?
A cat being credited with helping raise the alarm about a man who had fallen down a waterfall in California. The incident happened on the night of February 21st in Pleasance Valley. According to the El Dorado County Fire Department, a man fell 30 feet down a waterfall into the Weber Creek drainage. Family soon noticed the man was missing, and a neighbor came to help in the search. It was at this point that the man's wife and neighbors started hearing noises from the outdoor cat. The cat led the pair right to where the man fell. He was carried about 400 yards out to a waiting ambulance and was then flown to the Sutter Roosevelt Medical Center.
Right to where the cat pushed him off.
You think the cat's responsible?
The cat did not push a man off.
He could have. A lot of serial killers, they return to the scene of the crime.
Yeah, that's
so he wants
true.
to come back and see what's going on.
Like a reverse Lassie. Did you ever see the show Lassie?
Oh, yeah.
Like every week there was some kind of abandoned mine in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Or a fire in the forest.
Yeah.
What did you say about that? Why didn't they move?
Yeah. Lassie's family just has terrible luck.
TSA in the news. Transportation Security Administration agents in Virginia found a cat in a passenger's bag. TSA spokesperson Lisa Farbstein said the cat was discovered.
What a lovely
I know. Inside a passenger's carry-on bag during an X-ray screening at Norfolk International Airport. She told CNN the owner knew their pet was in the carry-on because it was in a pet travel case. Farbstein explained it appears that the individual either did not know to remove the pet from the carry-on before going through the checkpoint or just forgot to do so. She posted the X-ray photo of the cat on social media and wrote, "Attention pet owners, please do not send your pet through the X-ray unit." Catastrophic mistake. Catastrophic mistake, sorry.
Catastrophic.
Is that going to...
Hurt the cat?
Is that type of X-ray more damaging than...
I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's the same one we go through, so...
Yeah, why would it hurt it?
Remember, didn't we have a picture of the eagle going through security that one time?
Where was the
But it didn't go through the X-ray machine.
The keeper, the eagle keeper, the eagle attendant had the eagle on her arm.
Well, they walked through. They didn't go through the baggage.
And the eagle's just mean looking, the mean face. You know how eagles look anyway. Eagles aren't very happy ever. You know that, right? They always
got
have
this
that
eyebrow thing going on.
Okay, here's the photograph. This is super weird.
Yeah, to see the cat in the X-ray. Yeah,
it's just
in the bag.
Yeah, I guess now that I think about it, I don't think they have a warning sign saying if you have a pet, please take them out of the carrier.
No, you would
I would
assume.
think that would be fairly obvious.
Yeah.
Now, does this cat have superpowers?
Well, now it does, yeah.
New Marvel movie now?
What would be more embarrassing, that or having like a fleshlight in your bag?
The eagle.
Well, I wouldn't have one, so it wouldn't affect me. Talk to Willie.
I don't have a travel flashlight. I keep that thing for home games.
Okay, good.
Don't need that on the road.
I see. Okay. What's coming up, Christy?
The eagle is going through TSA. It's right there.
Yeah, but it's not going through the X-ray machine.
This thing was in the suitcase.
This was in it was in the carry-on thing going on the carousel through the machine.
This is what happens when you listen to half the story.
I just really think this is a funny picture. I do too.
It is a funny
good picture, dude. We should, yeah.
It's a
you
great
deserve
picture.
that.
So, so does that eagle then get on the plane?
I think so, yeah.
Well, where do you think it's going to go?
Yeah, sits on the armrest.
It has its own seat. It's
Is
got a
that
vessel
safe?
I'd like some peanuts and a rat for my friend.
I mean, I think you can take anything on a plane now.
Isn't the
really.
eagle going to be pooping all over the aircraft?
No, they have eagle diapers.
What?
I don't know.
Of course they do.
You guys think I have sensible answers to these questions?
I wonder if Don Henley ever wrote a tune about that.
You guys, this bald eagle, the bald eagle's name is Clark. And it went on social media at the World Bird Sanctuary in Missouri. It went through security at Charlotte Douglas International Airport.
Why didn't it just
CLT.
fly? Why didn't it just fly?
Why not just fly? Thank you, Pat.
I'll meet you there. Yeah.
Okay. Right now, if you were listening to us not paying attention on Raycon earbuds, Oh, the show always sounds better on the Raycons. Once again, they
Darn
are
right it does.
half the price and twice as good. And Chick turned me on to them. Tell me more.
Raycon earbuds, premium audio at the perfect price point. You can build great habits without breaking the bank, whether you're looking for a pair of everyday earbuds or maybe low latency gaming headphones or a speaker with a battery that will last all night at your next party. Raycon has got you covered. Raycon start around half the price of other premium audio brands. It seems like every day we get Raycon love in our emails. If you've got a pair of Raycon earbuds that you'd like to tell us how swell they are, send us an email. And they have also 3 customizable sound profiles, earbud tap functions, noise isolation, and awareness modes with Raycons. If you're ready to buy something small with a big impact on your life, go to buyraycon.com/Tom today. And yes, they're at the perfect price point, plus 15% off your Raycon order if you go to buyraycon.com/Tom today. That's buyraycon.com/Tom to score 15% off your next Raycon purchase. That's buyraycon.com/Tom.
Coming up, we never got to our Keanu Reeves story.
No, we didn't.
And
I
we
have
got
it right here.
And a great police chase. Maybe we can get to that when we come back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Catch any part of the show you missed later today on our YouTube channel.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, hi. With us in the studio, comedian Sal D'Amelio and Scott Dunn hanging out with us. Scott, anything else in your life of interest these days?
Well, I just bought that van. So we're
That's right. You got the
savoring
big
that.
van.
We're enjoying that.
Van? Now, van or minivan?
Minivan. In this day and age, everyone just assumes minivan when you have children.
I would think.
How many people have the conversion van? Is that what they're called still?
Oh, I would love a conversion van, but yeah.
Is that where you can convert it into a bedroom?
Yeah. Boudoir.
Sweet.
No.
Really? Yeah. Knock one out on the way going down the road. Let's pull into that rest stop, honey.
Well, you're going to have to leave the kids at the previous rest stop because.
Well, none of them are going to be there. Buying a car is a grind. I haven't bought a car from a dealership. It is like a 2-hour, 3-hour grind.
That's tough, yeah.
And so you don't want to be stuck with some idiot.
No.
You want a professional. You want
Sure.
somebody. So I've done a little list of how you can tell whether your car salesman's professional or unprofessional.
Oh, really?
Okay, good.
Okay.
We'll see.
All right.
A big bonus to these minivans is the DVD player in the back.
Oh, sure,
yeah.
sure.
So if your salesman wants to show you how to operate it, that's professional. Mm-hmm. If he makes you go an extra hour on the test drive so he can watch the nude scene from American Pie, unprofessional.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Same token, you're buying a minivan for your family.
Mm-hmm.
So if he wants to show you the storage capacity, professional. If he wants to show you some great places to hide your weed, unprofessional.
All right.
Now, I understand that buying a car is negotiation. I'm trying to get a good deal. He's trying to make money.
Mm-hmm.
So telling me my offer is too low, understandable.
Okay.
Spitting in my coffee, unacceptable.
Wow.
Yep. On the same token, while we negotiate, if he tells you he needs to leave the room to go talk to his manager, that's probably okay.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
If he tells you he needs to leave the room to go drop a deuce, not okay. Not okay.
Too much information.
Wait.
Yeah.
$50 never killed anybody.
Well, he's never done this before.
Used cars, Chris.
Yeah. Now, this one's for the ladies, Christy.
Yeah.
If your car salesman offers you free financing, that's
Yeah,
great.
that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If he offers you a free mustache ride, not so great.
No.
It depends on what he looks like.
There you go.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Depends how cheap you're getting this car.
And
What do I have to
finally,
do to get you into this car today?
and finally, if your car salesman tells you that the van is a certified pre-owned car, that's professional.
Yes.
If he tells you it's a certified poon wagon, unprofessional.
The old.
But good to know.
Yeah, but good to know.
Thanks very much.
Earlier with the situation, said the deal could be worth up to $150 million with $100 million guaranteed. And the Seattle Seahawks have agreed to terms with their quarterback, Geno Smith, a 3-year contract that keeps the AP Comeback Player of the Year in the Pacific Northwest. NBA last night, your winners, Portland, Philly, Miami, Denver, and Sacramento. And in overtime, Boston blows another lead. Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Celtics 118-114. And in the National Hockey League last night, Edmonton, Calgary, Chicago, and Los Angeles all win in regulation. San Jose wins in overtime, beating Winnipeg, and Vancouver wins in a shootout over Nashville. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you everything I touch turns to sold.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
We have a guy that is, I mentioned earlier, internationally famous for a little something. It's the only talk show devoted to the artistry of the bass guitar. It's a little thing we like to call Bass Talk. Wow. It's the Bass Talk show with Mark Christopher Roman on the bass.
Yes.
Marcus, how are you, sir?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
Well, this bass player, he was having trouble finding a gig.
Mm-hmm. What a surprise.
Yeah. So he decides to take a part-time job in a funeral home.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
So he's working with a funeral director, and they're late one night, and a local guy named Stanley Smith had just died. And he's there on the table in front of him, and they're just amazed at this guy's certain body part.
Oh.
It's incredible. It's astounding, actually. It's bigger than any porno stars you've ever seen.
Wow.
So between the two of them, they decide this has to be saved for posterity. So they remove the body part. And they, well, who would know, right?
Right.
So they remove it and they stick it in this great big glass jar with formaldehyde. Well, the bass player decides he's going to take it home and show his wife. So he takes it home and he sets it on the table. He says, honey, come in here. You got to see this thing that I just brought back from the funeral home.
Yeah.
So she comes in and she takes one look at the jar and she goes, oh, my gosh. Stanley Smith is dead?
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You can see why people flock to the airwaves. Details on that in a minute.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Oh, hello, Chick.
Hello, there's Pat Godwin.
Hi, Chick.
He's in the performance room. There's Jess Hooker.
Hey, Chick.
There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
There's Willie Griswold.
Yo.
Josh Arnold back tomorrow, maybe. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Okay, this is a weird request, but I want to do this, and I am not taking questions. It comes to us from Joe, who is currently...
Joe Mama?
Nice.
No, Joe is currently driving across northern Ohio.
I know what he wants to do.
Surprise...
Oh, Chick.
Wants to hear farts on I-80. Is that what it is?
He's...
Farts on
I-80.
That was Jackson Brown's first album. Farts on I-80.
The famous road album. I'm sorry. He's going to surprise his mom, so I don't want to give away too much information. His brother is a surgeon who is, as we speak, performing life-saving surgery.
Aw.
So he's kind of the disappointment brother then?
So you're saying Joe is disappointing his mom.
Yeah.
But this is a really weird request. I was wondering if Pat could play his tribute to one of the winners of your Little Green Egg competition a few months ago, named Holly. Do you remember this, Pat?
His name was Harley, right? Harley.
Oh, Harley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Harley. Yeah.
Harley was the winner. Okay, now this is getting even more confusing. So Harley was our winner.
Right.
And how does the song go?
Okay.
Harley, right, from Somerville, SC. If you remember, he won a big green egg, picked 13 out of 13. Harley.
That is an odd request.
Yeah, it is.
What a weird request.
He must be a friend of the guys.
Let me be the first to say, totally worth it.
I don't know why.
He has to be a friend of that guy's, right?
Well, I think that his brother's doing important life-saving surgery. He deserves a break here today.
And that brings us to today in history. March 7th.
3-7.
March 7th, Tom. What do you got? How far back you going?
King Henry VIII's divorce request denied by the Pope.
Oh.
Ooh.
Sorry, hon. Pope said no.
Guess what? I'm going to start my own.
Okay.
My own religion.
1876, Alexander Graham Bell patented the telephone.
Hello.
And was he the one that wanted to say ahoy when you answered the phone?
Somebody did at some point.
But they chose hello, which is much better, as we said earlier.
Right.
Can you imagine all the hello songs? Ahoy, it's me. You say ahoy. I say ahoy.
Ahoy, ahoy.
Let's see. 1983, the Bob and Tom Show premiered. Oh, wow, that's very nice.
40 years ago.
And thanks to Peter Frampton had a nice word for us this morning. Thank you, Peter. 2011, Charlie Sheen fired from 2.5 Men.
Yeah.
People have different ideas of winning.
Never laughed. Never laughed once.
Classic comedies.
Never laughed.
I love that show.
Not a second.
Love that show.
The kid, the half man, he's embarrassed, and then the house, what is it? Was she the maid? Who
Housekeeper.
Was she?
She was cool.
Housekeeper
I
was
loved her.
sassy.
Berta.
Oh man, that's
now deceased, sadly.
Is she really?
Yes, her memory lives on with her fine performance.
sassy.
Peyton Manning announces retirement for the NFL 2016.
First time, second time? Or you just do it once?
Happy birthday, Kenny Aronoff, the great drummer, a good friend of this show.
Hippie. Hippie? Those hippie band guys.
Really?
Okay.
Worked for the head hippie, Mellencamp. We all know it.
Oh, that's right, really. He's a hippie.
Hippie.
Next time he's here, I'll
Hippie.
have you mention that to him.
Hippie.
Happy birthday, Bryan Cranston from
oh, he's good.
Breaking Bad, and of course, Malcolm in the Middle.
Yep.
I tried to pitch a show to him, a little bit different, kind of a diverse thing.
Gosh.
Malcolm X in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Did not go well.
No.
Let's see. Happy birthday, Wanda Sykes, a fine comedian. And in 1970, Rachel Weisz, the actress.
Or Weiss. I don't think she goes with the Weisz.
Well, I've met
Rachel
her. She told me.
Is that right?
Oh, he's met her.
My sister was in a play with her in the West End.
Of course.
I'm going to put you in a West End somewhere. I really don't care what city it is, but you're going to be in the West End.
I went to her birthday party.
I'm sure you did.
Years ago.
Is this true?
Yes.
Yes.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to kill it. Everybody listening is going to
Jan
kill
was
you.
on.
Isn't she married to Daniel Craig? Is
Jan
she
was
the one?
on this.
Oh, God.
Who's she
Let's
married
move
to?
forward.
I think she's right.
Time now to
No, she's
review.
married to somebody famous.
To review what happened.
Here's what happened today. Let's see here. Of course, as we all know, every morning now it's hammer time. We know that. Josh Arnold is out for the second day in a row, so he can be first in line for the double down at KFC. I was Prince's boss at the Five and Dime. That was Mr. McGee.
Mr. McGee.
That's right. That was me. Derek Carr is getting paid by the Saints. That's right, Derek Carr. See, we tried to use a regular car horn, but people were complaining. Geno Smith got paid by the Seahawks, and now he owns a pizza place, Geno's East. Mm-hmm. Greg Morton's Jurassic Park from last week, 1 million views on the social media. Lexington have renamed the Legends baseball team the Counterclocks. Jeff Dunham and the Puppets were on this morning. We saw them. Will Ferrell was in the Midwest last night at a Indiana Pacers game with Philadelphia 76ers. Man, did he get that crowd pumped up with his special brand.
I'm not sure what was going on. It was very confusing.
It's very.
I think he's doing some kind of a documentary.
He is, yeah.
And Ace Cosby is on day 7 of Nothing But Pizza in March. Pizza, pizza, pizza. And Lego sale is his joke today.
People lined up for blocks.
People lined up for blocks at the Lego store. Floyd saw a guy making the bald man cry while driving. I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah, Floyd looked down from his cab. There was a guy,
Yeah, doing it.
Butter in the corn, if you will.
Yeah.
And I guess he was. The people in the back seat of that Uber were upset. I can see why.
And we also learned this morning something I think all of our lives are changed by. Tom, when he was a young child, made a made a desk and for his room when he was a kid, and gave that desk to a friend of his, Henry.
That's right. And tomorrow, a very special edition of the Ace Cosby Joke of the Day. I'm very excited about it. We'll see you then. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Get a look at today's show on our YouTube channel.